So afterwards, I said to her, "Yeah, I'll give you a pearl necklace." Hello,
Really?
welcome everybody.
Don't she love that?
Yeah, well, she's into jewellery, you see. Anyway,
Right, okay.
enough of that conversation. That never really happened.
Shut up, phone.
Don't know. Oh, it does say 2 in the chat. I don't know if one of them's myself or even one of them might be Wayne, but or even you, G. Yeah, I keep forgetting to ask, or maybe I have asked you, and I just couldn't remember the. It is you in the chat, Wayne. I've just seen it come up. You know when you do your Vicky's wrestling thing, why do you never? Why do you never have the chat up so you can see what? Well,
me personally, it's just the way I've got this now, right? The chat is there, but it's at the side, and it comes up a bit slower than on the actual stream itself, if you get my meaning. So I'm like behind. See, I've got now that comes up about messages from audience will display here and the hi from Wayne, and that's it.
Why's he fucking giving me all this waffle as an answer? I thought it was a simple question.
No.
I was asking him how come he reads the chat when he's in my stream but not in the Night Owls.
I don't know. I think it's because it's smaller. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, but she uses the same platform I do.
Yeah, I know. It just seems to come up different. Anyway, there we are. Camera's getting on my tits.
Well,
they're big enough.
You're one to fucking speak.
That explains everything, Jason. But obviously we've already moved on to Wayne's titties. So
yes, yeah.
Wayne, how's your baps? Have you both had a good week then?
Bit quiet, but yeah, that wasn't too bad. Got a few more boxes.
Just got back from the West End about an hour ago.
Oh, you've been to the West End, have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I say, how frightfully posh.
Looking for Christmas presents.
Right, you are. Yeah, I've got to do that in a bit. I haven't done any yet.
Good evening, Rodders.
Hey.
God, the chat on. Oh no, it's not slow. It's because I had my cursor over it, so I'm covering it. Evening, ladies, says Rodders. You're thinking about Wayne and his lovely breasticles.
It's lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
No, I don't even like that song. I don't know why I'm singing it. Yo,
I hate it as well.
Scotty Nations Pop. Hi, Scott. Get your party rings out for the ladies. Wayne, don't get your ring out because you'll take that way too literally.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Perhaps he's gone to prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah, you recommended Sudocrem for him, didn't you, Jace? He's gone to get it, hasn't he?
I thought he was getting his vajazzle done.
Oh, oh, UK Random 78 in the chat. Beely. Hiya, Beely.
Hey, hello, mate.
I know you're probably busy, especially with you now being a national TV star, Beely. But if ever you want up on the panel, plebs, fucking old granddad coughing his guts up there, and Wayne he was just desperate to get his tits and arse out now, apparently. But if ever you want up on the panel, Beely, the link's in the Santa banter for you. Hi, Rach. Hope you're well.
All right,
Scotty. There's only one girl you'll get your party rings out for. Oh, all right. Try and keep things personal. Jeez, you'll speak to your agent.
I'm your agent.
Oh no,
know.
Wayne's not your. Wayne won't get you any more parts in sitcoms, Beely. He'll probably get you some nice gay porn shoot at some point. But I'll need something that he's going to want to watch himself eventually.
Well, yeah, obviously.
2 guys, 1 cup or something. That was yeah. Wayne, do you want to talk about your favourite porn films of all time today? Or?
Butt buddies.
Three
buddies. There you go. That's a recommendation.
3 midgets and a bicycle pump.
We both sound expert on it, don't we? Also, we've got 8 in the chat. That's quite impressive.
Right, just putting some eye drops in because they're giving me shit. Talking of which, how's your eyes, mate? Are they all right now?
they've seen better this afternoon after I had a bit of a snooze for an hour. So yeah,
probably overdone it, mate.
Just up and down really with my eyesight, but they're generally getting worse. I know that. So yeah. Anyway, we did talk about that a bit last week, didn't we?
Just how you doing, you know.
Top of the Pops is in. Hello, Top of the Pops. Yo. Thank you for coming in. I did sub to you recently, Top of the Pops, and since I've subbed to you, I don't think you've put a new video out. So I think I'm the kiss of death. I'm Jason. I'm going to unsub then resub to you. Hopefully, he'll stop fucking making videos.
That's right. Look good on my stats, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might do. Yeah, although I don't want to give Google any more cause for concern regarding you.
Oh no, it's bloody weird, isn't
it? Yeah. Jason's having some problems with YouTube comments at the moment.
Yeah,
Bob over on Twitch. I think we're on Twitter as well tonight. By the way, everybody. We were last week, although no one came in from Twitter. Like a tweet will come up, and
we got Hurricane Bob in.
Yeah, he says, "Evening, guys. I've got a pop in a box story for you that only happened a couple of months ago." Oh, why don't you tell us a couple of months ago? It's called a 3-pop subscription that turned into 2 pops, a partial refund, and a free pop stag. Great talk. I didn't know pop in a box.
Okay.
Did he?
I didn't know pop in a box did pop stacks.
Wayne, you order all kinds of everything from everywhere. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, it's the first I knew about it.
Yeah. Well, I not reviewed it yet, but I picked up a pop that I didn't even know existed. It was unusual for me because I usually pre up with what's coming out, especially the line it's from. Very peculiar.
What is it?
Excuse me, sorry. I won't tell you what.
Oh, we're on Twitter. Yeah, we're on Twitter. The tweet sent, but no one on Twitter came in last week, so
yeah.
It's because it's taken over from Periscope because they were the same company, but Periscope closed down. But I don't think Twitter and live streaming's quite sort of meshed yet. Top of the Pops going to be uploading tomorrow. Did I always say that? Sorry, I've got brain dead tonight. Yeah, they started in the last several months ago, Jim and Jay. Well, to be fair, I've not looked at Pop in a Box in about a year.
Yeah,
under maybe.
I
just refuse to even if there was like a Pop in a Box exclusive that I wanted, if it was something that I collected or just something really cool that I wanted, I'd ask someone else to get it for me, and then I'd pay them. Yeah. And even then, I'd feel a bit because I did that. Some of those sports mascots that I've got.
Yeah.
Scarlet Albatross Pop. This was months and months ago. She came to me and she said, "Oh, look at Pop in a Box. I've got all these. Do you want me to order them for you, and then you can give me the money because I know you won't do it because it's from them."
It makes you feel dirty, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of a cop out, but it's not me dealing directly with them. And I said, if anything goes wrong, then it wouldn't do, and it didn't. But I just refused to use them because at that time they decided to take money off me without my permission.
I've not had a sub in ages, so I get the odds offer like that 34% off.
Well, it was originally 35, Jason, but you were like...
Well, yeah, I know, but that's what I got it for.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
Well, you should have left that tea towel alone that evening. It cost you a minute. It cost you 1% of a discount, that, you fool.
Well, shit.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Who have we got? Oh, wow. Could have a celebrity.
Oh. Close, yeah. They can't even see him.
You're very bright. Well,
I am bright. Yeah.
He's in fog again. He's out on the moors.
Oh my life! You know what? I'm not at home. I'm actually at the in-laws, so I quickly run into my brother-in-law's bedroom. That is as bright as anything.
Yeah. Where does he sleep? Like on the surface of the sun?
It's like a sun bedroom.
Oh, look at it! Like can barely see your face. Like Wayne's missing your swarthy Mediterranean looks. I know you'll have missed his Scottish man looks while you've been away.
What? Oh, flipping Nora. Right, is that better? No, that's not better. Jesus.
I thought my place was bright, but then I need it.
And mine, I have to have my bleeding ring light on just so that anyone can actually see me during these.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah, a little better. We can kind of almost make your face out now.
Don't worry about it. Not much to see.
So you're back off your holidays then?
Just about. Good to be home. Yeah, no, it was really good. It's not easy traveling with a baby and a crazy 6-year-old, but it was good. They enjoyed themselves. It was nice, and it's good to be home.
Yeah,
lovely.
How old's your youngest? Your youngest now? Then I'm trying to remember.
He's 7 months now.
Yeah.
Wow.
7 months already.
Yeah, I knew because I knew it wasn't long after my nephew's kid.
Yeah, I remember you saying. Wow, time is flying. Time is flying.
He's up walking around and all sorts now.
Blimey. Mine's just screaming.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
He's taller than you now, Chase.
Wouldn't surprise me.
So how you guys all been? Everyone all right?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
Hiatus hernia's kicked off again. Hence the cough.
Oh, I've had a monster cough since I got back as well. All that aircon on the aeroplane, and then you get off in England.
I was just about to say, it's like I get like that. I mean, I haven't been on a plane for about just over 3 years, but every time I have a plane journey, especially like one coming back, I always have like a scratchy throat for a few days afterwards. It's horrible. Like, imagine everyone's germs just sort of like up in the atmosphere when you're on a plane.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah.
Where did you go? Where did you go again, mate? Yeah, where did you go?
Cyprus.
Oh yeah, you said yeah. Did you go to Paphos?
Nah, I didn't go up that end.
Oh, mate,
bit out of the way.
Yeah.
Wayne was hoping you'd been deported.
I did see the comments about that. Cheers. I thought we were mates.
Yeah, that letter to the Home Office obviously didn't make any difference. Wayne, he's back now. Look.
Yeah,
dude, I've got all the right paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got all the right paperwork, so they ain't getting rid of me, mate.
Yeah.
That's why you bunged them, yeah.
All right, we need quality immigrants.
What wants to know, mate? Are you
we just had bloody Wayne's ancestors coming down from fucking Scotland and being pervy. So,
well, while I was out there, they phoned me up to come back and drive the petrol lorries.
Really? It wouldn't surprise me if they did.
Oh, flipping hell, man! I could do with one anyway.
No, Hurricane Bob wants to know: are you in a sauna, mate? It does look a bit like that. With all the steam.
You'd be sweating buckets if you're in a sauna. I can't be doing with saunas.
Yeah, I'm in the sauna with my top on.
Yeah. When I lived in Wexford, they had a sauna and like a steam room at the swimming baths where like you could just go in and out whenever you wanted to if you paid to go swimming. And the sauna, I could only go in there for a few seconds at a time. It was unbearable. The steam room was a little better, but not by much. But a sauna, I can't do them. I know it's supposed to be good for you, but fuck that. No.
After a few minutes in there, you're blooming dying.
Yeah.
Just saying, but you're saying, joking about people having their clothes on though. It's a good way to get all like your weight and everything off. Because I don't know if you ever saw Jackie Chan doing his training. And it was like, 30 degrees out, and he's got this really great big bodysuit on, so he sweats. And he takes it off, and it's black inside with all the dirt and everything that's come off of him. Disgusting.
Say it, Rach.
Yeah.
You say it, Ray, and I'll do it. He's fucking talking out his rectum already.
No, I'm just saying. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck. Welcome to my world. Hurricane Bob, random. Maybe you need one of Jason's cum-stained tea towels. Oh dear.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah,
I would rather never wipe myself
worse.
again.
Random's been relatively well protected from all that side of the small YouTuber community. I mean, he'll have heard stories, and but yeah, it's not been fully exposed to that seedy side of things, like what.
It's only seedy because you made it so.
I've heard more than my fair share, mate. I've more than I've needed.
It started. That was bloody Tighty's fault, wasn't it?
Yeah, but to be fair, like. You did have a fucking tea towel in the background.
Yeah, I know, but I'm in the fucking kitchen. What do you expect?
Well, yeah, but you actually record. Oh no, I'm not getting into a debate. It's just one of many things about you and just your general presence and the way you live your life that baffles me, Jason. Muting, yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Right there, we are. Yeah.
You know what? That reminds me of one of your videos recently, Jimmy, where you put a clip of Jason with his bloody flies undone.
I know, yeah.
Of all the things to be spotting in his videos, you zoom down on his flies.
Again, I was late to the party though. That was Leroy who spotted it first, and
it's not surprising Lee bloody noticed it, wasn't it? It's this sort of thing.
Yeah. And
I will
thank
be
God for
checking
Leroy
every time
he did the screen captures and everything, and I just used a bit of it.
Oh, Lee can spot a dog in sight from about 3 miles away.
Well, yeah, he knows them all, doesn't he?
Oh God, I'm going to be.
He doesn't need to know him. He just finds them.
Yeah, well, looking to make sure you dress yourself properly. Andrew, the Star Fam. Hello, everyone. Hello, Andrew. Thanks for coming in. Oh dear. Notice all Jason's videos since then is like he's cut off at like the neck now, pretty much. Like
cut off all the way up.
He don't tilt his camera down any more than about that level now.
How's that? Is that a slightly better?
See another flash of his predator. Yeah. It's like one of them, like you don't hear about them now, do you? Like, but they used to be in the papers all the time. Flashes.
Yeah.
Wayne, you look like someone who's either known a few flashes or you've experimented yourself in the past.
Experimentation.
It's not.
The men still flash women. Like you don't hear of it anymore, do you?
No.
Like, everyone does it on social media now. You just get some obnoxious git going into a woman's DMs and say, "Oh, here's my penis."
Is that a growth going from you?
Well, Wayne's still got a trench coat.
Wayne, I don't think this is appropriate for UKR2. So
I didn't even see him there. Hello, UK Random 2.
Say hello.
That's how blurry you are.
Everybody be well mannered now as a kid in the ring.
Nah, it's all good. He's going to go back to the other room and play. He just came to say hello.
Hello, UK Random 2. Yeah. So who's your favourite Teletubby again, Jason? Is he a bit old for Teletubbies now?
Teletubbies. Oh, blimey.
See ya.
Mine was Dipsy because he's green. Oh, he's gone. All right.
Yeah, gone.
Oh,
peace.
No.
Yeah, peace off.
Peace. It's not peace. It's peace, and then you'd like turn round to like face the wall or something. Like.
Oh, dear. Yeah, round and round. Oh, dear.
You want to have your swivel chair, mate, so it spins around constantly. So you're going peace, 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 peace.
Do you know how many times he's done that in the videos? It's like, Jesus Christ. But you know what? As long as the kid's enjoying himself.
Coombs is in the chat. Evening, Coomsy.
Hey, Coomsy.
Laughing his arse off at something I've done. No, probably just my general existence, I think.
They got quite a few people in tonight, which is good.
Yeah. I'll put Pops in the title more often, shall I? Oh, and I've just realised the bloody. That's how bad my eyesight is. Bloody titles misspelt. Tell you, I'll be as bad as you eventually, Jace.
Yeah, well, now you know why, don't you?
Now until I'm able to change it. I won't be able to, I won't be able to edit that until after it's done.
You can
ignore my shit typing, everyone.
Yeah,
I've only just noticed like 2 hours after setting the thing up.
Yeah, no, you can empathise a little bit with me now, though.
I can. I don't want to because I hate empathising with you. But
right.
Today, it was horrible. I couldn't see anything when I was out. Stumbling around like some old codge.
You are an old
you. Wayne, I mean, I know I say Jason's ancient because, well, he looks it and you just see his medical records. Fucking hell. It's like the greatest story ever told. At
least I don't look like the Bushman.
You're probably the oldest out of all of us, Wayne. If I had to go. Oh, yeah, it's bonfire night tonight, by the way. Happy Halloween too, everybody.
Yeah.
This is the British Halloween. It's not as scary.
Yeah.
Terrorist night.
Just having a look.
It's only the truth about you. Who did you donate the stereo beat? Well, you'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, that person might do an unboxing on their own channel when they receive it. We shall have to wait and see. I don't like doing these things.
Is that a video I've not watched yet? Then
yes, it will be, Jason. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not that far behind. I'm only a couple of days.
So, anyone got anything they want to discuss?
Not really. Not that I'm not putting on the channel anyway.
Yeah, well, no one's going to watch you for any sort of breaking news, are they, Jace?
Oh,
I've got some gossip about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No. Stay tuned.
No. Got some pins. That's about it.
Ooh.
And not from Zanini either.
And then he wonders why we struggle for viewing numbers like that. That's the highlight of the stream. Like Jason bought some pens.
Pins, not pens.
It sounded like you said pens.
No pens. Yeah, no, bloody hellfire. Give me some credit, mate.
All right, pins. Well, all right, that's Well, that's something. I bet you'll be showing them in a video anyway, won't you?
Exactly.
No, I mean, anything in what's going on that you want to talk about? Has there been I think there has been a Marvel trailer drop recently, I think. I don't like that term drop.
I think the only one I've seen is Eternals.
Yeah, that's the one I'm on about. Yeah,
right,
yeah. People looking forward to that. I can just sit and listen to other people now telling me nothing about it.
I don't know an awful lot about the characters, really.
Okay,
it's never something I.
Don't worry, I've muted him now. Wayne, what do you reckon to the Eternals? You're looking forward to it?
It's going to be different to the other ones, so yeah. Because I like the characters no one's heard of, so it'd be different. So
okay, yeah, they're not. I'd never heard of them until I heard. Oh, they're doing a film called The Eternals, and I was like,
they had a comic about 50 issues. So
with you and Jason being comic fans, I figured you'd know a little more about them.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, Beely, UK Random. Have you seen the Eternals trailer?
You know what? I've not seen the trailer. I don't think it's something that interests me, to be honest with you. I've never heard of them, and it doesn't mean that's not going to be any good. It didn't excite me. I'll probably give it a try, but I'll tell you what has excited me. I saw on the bus today. Obviously, I saw the trailer a long time ago, but on the 18th of November, the new Ghostbusters movie is coming out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm quite excited about that. I'm actually probably going to go to the cinema and watch it. For old time's sake.
Well, yeah, you are a bit of a Ghostbusters fan, so I remember you've done a few Ghostbuster pop unboxings, haven't you?
Was that Wayne?
The original actors are in it as well, making an appearance.
Yeah, 3 or 4 of them. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Not the dead one, but
yeah.
Obviously. No, you know what? I love the movie. It was brilliant. I went to the cinema and watched that. I was very young when I watched it, and I loved it. The second one, I wasn't a massive fan of. I really, it was a bit of a letdown to me. And then when they done the remake with the girls a few years back, I thought that was a bit of a stupid idea. But I did sit down and watch it recently, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I must have seen Ghostbusters 2 many years ago, and I've obviously seen the first one, but with that female remake, I know it got absolutely slagged off. But I've got no comment to make on it because I've not seen it. But I'm sure there were probably all right bits in it. I mean, it's like most things. You can find little bits that are good in a lot of shit, really, can't you?
I did like Chris
Jason on YouTube all these years. You know, he puts out a load of crap every day, and very occasionally there might be something entertaining for 5 seconds among it.
Thank you.
He knows I love him, really.
The female version
loves a bit strong. No. I mean,
It was.
I'm trying to think.
The female remake wasn't actually that bad, wasn't it?
If it had been just a film about a bunch of
there was
people
not funny
ghosts,
moments.
Yeah, I think if it hadn't been labelled with the Ghostbusters thing as a film, it would have been okay. But it was the fact that they were trying to follow up on a classic. It didn't really have the same feel to it.
Could they have transported the characters into like a completely different kind of thing and then just called it something else? And like they could have been, I don't know, instead of 4 Ghostbusters, they could have been 4 vampire hunters or so. I mean that'll have been done, so I'm sure, many times. But I don't know. Maybe because they use that iconic Ghostbusters logo and you know, they've got all the uniforms and it's like a continuation in the franchise. I mean, maybe you know,
I think
what offended people. I don't know.
I think by and large they've sort of said forget that movie existed now, because they were going to do a follow up, and then that obviously never happened.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great. It was okay. I did watch the whole thing. I laughed quite a few times. I know the original isn't a serious film. It is a comedy, but it wasn't a sit there piss yourself comedy. Whereas this one, they tried too hard to make it funny.
Yeah.
Whereas
Dexter.
Original characters, they were funny themselves. They didn't have to make jokes all the time. Like Bill Murray, he's hilarious. Ray, they had that comic thing without cracking jokes all the time, if that makes sense.
It was more.
Chris Hemsworth was good in it, though. I did like him.
Oh yeah, he was in. Yeah, well, yeah, I forgot he was in it.
Yeah, it was the original Ghostbusters was sort of like it was a bit tongue in cheek rather than a flat out comedy, wasn't it?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Sorry, I'm getting my fucking words muddled.
Yeah. But it'll take away from my mistyping in the title.
Yeah. No, it was meh.
That Coombsy says that movie is worse than Ben Affleck's attempt at Daredevil. The Ghostbusters. I want to keep calling it Ghostbusters 3, but I don't think that's technically right, is it?
Bloody not before Christmas.
What before Christmas? Sorry, what?
Before Christmas, better than that. That was a shit film.
Oh,
Wayne, you have to stop saying that because you're going to lose followers.
To be fair, I admire Wayne for just like, I mean, like he calls sort of random, like all of a sudden, like normally with Wayne is they're like promoting other people's channels and doing nice work and entering giveaways and stuff, and then all of a sudden he's fucking Barry Norman is there doing his movie review. I thought thought Nightmare Before Christmas was a load of fucking shit. Suddenly you get a film review of him.
Hey, at least he speaks his mind.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you know, he had a falling out with someone who I think I didn't know him, but I think a few people. I think you might be following him randomly, whether the guy.
I think so.
Yeah. But no, when I probably just someone who like enters giveaways and things like that, because I think Leroy were following him and one or two others as well. But yeah, it was a good bit of entertainment. That was, yeah. You kind of inspired me. I want to start more Instagram feuds. Yeah. Trouble is, like, the people on Instagram I don't like, either have blocked me, Fuzzy Dunlop, who like still talks absolute bollock. I know he's a friend of yours, Coomsy, but I'm here to tell you that I think he's a complete cockbag, and he is. Like, all right, well, I'll tell you about Fuzzy Dunn. Like, you know, if like this gets back to him, then big fucking deal. He decided to block me ages ago for no reason, but like he used to make some really snide remarks at people like Albatross Pops and Abigail Barry on their YouTube comments, and I called him out on it eventually. I said, "Look, you're coming across like a pompous dickhead, mate." I said it nicer than that.
Yeah, but you get the gist.
And then he was like, and then he suddenly stopped watching all my stuff, and then but I kept noticing his comments in like Pop Tarts videos and things like that, and I was still following him on Instagram, and so then I started satirizing the way he writes his comments. I did a comment in the style of Fuzzy Dunlop on one of Tarty's videos, like, because he just has a certain way of writing. In other words, he thinks he's funny and he's not. He's a fucking dickhead. And I think after that, as soon as he saw that, that's why he blocked me everywhere: Twitter, Instagram. I'm assuming he blocked me on YouTube a long time ago. But yeah, anyway, so I would be feuding with him like you were feuding with what's his face, Wayne, but he's blocked me everywhere. So hopefully, not hopefully, because then it's like it's degenerating into gossip. But maybe someone will report back to him and say, "Oh, that Jimmy Barnes has been calling you a dickhead on his stream." And
well, there's a lot worse you could call him.
He just wants. I don't even like seeing like him get like reposted by other people in like their stories, because it's like, well, what are you fucking reposting him for? He's a fucking cringe lord. And we know the other person. I mean, bloody hell! As much as I dislike Fuzzy Dunlop for his just the way he's been with people, like way before he even fell out with me. Yeah. I mean, we know the person. I don't call him an Instagrammer. I mean, he's like a big Funko YouTuber. We know that guy is who. Well, all the patrons certainly should. Anyway, I got a lot of feedback over a patron only video about a certain Texan.
Yes.
Jason likes to have him with pork. Well, probably most. I don't actually like that particular condiment.
I don't.
Talking about him like I don't. It's Dr. Applesauce. We know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
But the actual applesauce, the condiment, I don't like it.
Unless you should have called him
made crumble.
Yeah, cranberry jelly.
It's more traditionally with turkey, but yeah, I mean, my mum's like that. Like, if she's got like a jar of cranberry open, like she'll have it with anything really, even though you really traditionally have it with turkey. Yeah. But yeah, Dr. Applesauce and the
flipping out, it's like Delia Smith all over again.
Hey,
you're a bloody Food Channel now.
No, I'm not talking about Dr. Applesauce again now, Jack. Keep it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Bealey. See how slow his brain works. It's like,
what brain?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think a large portion of it were donated to medical science many years ago.
Oh no, not horse vanish.
Yeah. It's a safe space here, Coomsy. Well, it's not safe for those we're slagging off, maybe, but if you want to rant about anyone you dislike, Coomsy, then tonight is the night to do it.
Yeah.
Rodder's IG story is always questionable. Well, just don't repost anything by Dr. Applesauce, and you'll be fine. And preferably not. But I know Fuzzy is like up the arse of a lot of people in the community. So, but as far as I'm concerned, and like all you have to do is read a few of his comments and his Instagram stuff. I mean, it's hard to explain, but he's trying too hard. Fucking hell, just like have a day off, will you? You're not even a fraction as entertaining as you think you are. Like Wayne Deacon's got more entertainment in his like fucking little toenail than you've got in your whole body, and he doesn't have to make the effort.
Well, Wayne, mate,
talk about your toenails now, Wayne. Isn't that nice?
No, it's Wayne with your blooming intros though. The last few months, it's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Wayne,
don't get me wrong; they're entertaining, but I just don't know what's going on.
So, you like horseradish with everything, then, do you? It's very what's the word?
She's nice.
It's kind of almost spicy, really.
My mate hates it.
Callum, are you on about the guy who was in Weatherspoons, or am I thinking of someone else?
No, that isn't one. Yeah.
That's him, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. Didn't he get like almost kicked out after? Although I don't know.
How can you get kicked out of Weatherspoons?
It was obviously a lot of attention seeking going, because that sort of thing always is. But why would Weatherspoons want to kick him out? Because like they're getting paid, like when you order on the app and like you can send it to because and I've known people have done that on Twitter for bloody like years now, ever since the app came up. If you order for someone, you get their restaurant name, like it could be like bloody like other end of the country, and then you just order like something stupid for their table, and then you pay via Apple Pay or whatever, and then that's that. It's not like all that stuff's getting ordered and no one's paid for it. So I don't know what. I just couldn't figure out why Weatherspoons were getting so annoyed about it, unless it was an absolute barrage and like other customers weren't getting served or something. I don't know.
Maybe. But no, you've got to be pretty hard pushed to get kicked out of a blooming Weatherspoons, haven't you?
No, I think you put that on about saying you got kicked out.
Well, what if everything's been paid for because the people on Instagram who are like doing it for a laugh are all paying for it via the app? So
yeah,
but perhaps it was being disruptive to like the staff, or because they were having to like every time they had to keep taking orders and bringing orders onto his table, and it meant other people weren't getting. I'm assuming. Otherwise, it seems a bit weird for them to kind of get the arse on it. But
it's a bit of a weird. It's a bit of a weird thing to do anyway, because there might be someone on the table that actually likes it, so they're getting free stuff effectively.
Yeah. Oh,
don't worry,
he will bring you back. There he is.
There he is. Yeah.
Well,
welcome back, random. Rodder says underrated account who puts in a lot of effort is Stop and JLH. Big fan of those guys. Been watching for about a year now. I sub to him. I like him. He's a guy I'll sort of interact with him a little bit on Twitter occasionally. I've mentioned this before. Theoretically, like, because he does a lot of long form videos. Theoretically, I like them and I like it. I like his style, but oftentimes, especially when he was doing all the Halloween stuff, the lighting, like, is just appallingly bad. Again, like I say, I'll say, if people want to report, I'll stand by whatever I say here tonight, and I'm not going to deny it because it's a live stream and I'm going to keep it up. But that I do like the guy JLH, and I think he has some good ideas, but I don't think for me the execution's not quite there as far as I'm concerned, especially in relation to his lighting. But I know what you mean. He's someone who does try and do something kind of different, Rodders. I think that's a fair shout, and I'm happy to subscribe to him. It's just very rare that I can sit through an entire one of his videos because everything looks so dark and it wouldn't be so bad if it was like a 5 or even 10-minute video, but like often it's like there for like half an hour or so, and it's like I can't watch that for half an hour.
Well, it's like I said to you, with some of the videos I've got to do.
Oh, Boom.
Sorry,
Boom's in the chat.
Oh yeah, hello mate.
UK Random is in the shower. Hello, Boom. No, he don't. Have you got a catchphrase at all, Boom? Because I always try and do an impression of you, and then I think, well, you haven't really got a catchphrase. So.
Me? Have I got a catchphrase?
Boom.
Yeah,
we know you've got one. Yours is the peace thing.
Welcome back to another
the other
random video. I'm UK Random, and this is UK Random 2. Oh, except for that UK Random 2.
Are you mocking my son? Are you mocking my son?
That's my dog.
No, your nipper's cool, mate. I like your nipper. He's funny.
He has his moments.
He certainly does that. Yeah.
Like
he almost breaks my balls as much as Logan breaks Wayne's.
Yes.
I expect them to have Wayne and Logan to have a proper full-on scrap on camera one of these days.
Yeah.
Like you just see it bubbling under, can't you?
Yeah. Someone's going to get hurt with them scissors one day.
Thing is, you can't even tell Logan to shut the fuck up because he'd get punched.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a bit of a no-win situation, really, aren't you? with that, having Logan as your co-host because he doesn't like you swearing. What does he like that you do?
Not much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, used to Jimmy shouting "welcome."
Jimmy.
The thing is, quite often, Jimmy, when you say the hiya bit, though, you don't get the H. You just it sounds like you're saying hiya.
Oh yeah.
Some Red Indian chanting or something. Hiya.
Jason, no one says Red Indians anymore. That's on PC.
Native Americans then.
If there's any people of Native American extraction watching, I do apologise for that absolute dinosaur below me.
Native Americans then.
So I'm just going to look.
Indigenous people.
Boom doesn't think he has a catch. You need one. Well, no, you don't really have many catchphrases. I associate with you first and foremost that really loud smack noise that you insist on using. It's turn it down, please, Andrew. I've had to talk to Jason about this when he used to upload his intro music and it was way too
it was loud.
But to be fair, Jason has I think got that under control now. But that smacks. I know in editing it probably doesn't sound too bad, but it fucking. I'm hard of hearing and it fucking makes me shit myself.
Yeah, I've had that with some videos. The music comes on so fucking loud, and then you've got to turn it up to hear what they're saying, and then they'll put a clip in, and the clip's loud, so you're like,
yeah. I used to have with my intro, and then during editing, you can't tell how loud it is. Now I literally drop it to about 33%. 33% I drop it to.
That's why when a lot of people use background music, it's a bit iffy because certainly the editing stuff that I use, like you can have a piece of background music on over while you're talking and doing whatever, and in the editing app or software, it sounds fine.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it's out on YouTube, you'll realize, oh shit, that music's way too loud. So I just always knock my BGM, my background music, because I do like to have it in most cases. I just knock it down to like 0.5 or something, like almost as quiet as it'll go, but just so you can hear something in the background.
That's one of the reasons why I don't have it, because you get it on TV programs sometimes, like documentary, and the bloke's telling you informative stuff, but the music is too loud. It bleeds over what they're saying, so you're missing.
Yeah, that's been a problem with a lot of TV, especially in recent years. Like some dramas or something. They've got a really nice soundtrack and it's really evocative if it's like a period drama, But then you've got these actors who, because they play, they might be playing like, someone who's supposed to be like quiet or mumbly or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you're there like, well, the music's on and I can't really tell what they're saying there. And Channel 4, they've had some right problems with their subtitles lately as well.
Yeah, they've had that.
Well, binging Stath Let's Flat starring Beely down there, like the subtitles were unavailable, which is a bit annoying. Yeah.
Because none of what they said made sense. That's why.
But I do like subtitles on a lot. Some things I don't like it, like sports, because if it's live sports, it's always on a delay. And but some things like dramas and stuff, I do like to have subtitles on.
My mum needs some when you got some of the we're watching like Formula One. It's nice to have them on because some of the foreign chaps, they got quite a thick accent or something like that.
He's off again, like persecuting the foreigners and minority. Behave, Jace.
Same.
Yeah, first they were Native Americans. Now it's anyone who ain't British.
No, I can understand them. I can understand them fine. It's my mum.
Knickers on. There, Wayne might get that one, and Beely might get it as well. Jason, you're certainly old enough to get it.
Yes, mate. Thank
you. Coomsy went back to look at the old Secret Santa videos. You're very shocked to see me not shouting well. Oh, didn't I? Was that like the one from like 2018? Yeah, I'd not really. I think I was still coming across a bit nervy and a bit kind of back in 2018.
Maybe.
I weren't doing it for very long. Wayno's World of Pop suggests a Wayne and Logan YouTube death. Yeah, that's the next YouTube celebrity boxing I want to see. Deacon versus Deacon. You want father or son?
Yeah. Hey, you should do like the old gladiators thing with the giant Q-tips.
Hurricane's on about getting people to subscribe to my Twitter. Oh yeah, I can't be arsed with all that, mate. Channel 5. Oh, they had some subtitle problems, was it? Scotty had that issue before. Oh, I'll tell you, nice guy's a patron and everything, but some of his videos, he's got his background, he's gone way too loud. Funko Hatter 4479.
980,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
6, 2.
I would say
random too, Jason, on your language. Yeah, Funko Hatter 4479. He's some of his I like Rachel's there. Rachel's like being sort of like a sort of school teacher type presence, like.
Yes, Mum. Thank you, Mum. I was going to say, I don't know.
Something about background music, but I see. Yeah. I feel like with someone like you, Jason, I'm happy to sort of give criticism.
I welcome it. It. As long as it's constructive.
Yeah, but other people, like, if you never know quite how they're going to take it. Like, like Tarty, Pop Tart, he's good. Like, I've given him feedback on certain things, and he's been happy to take it on board. And well, either do what I suggest, or just not be offended if I say, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that," because I think the most offended he probably got from me was when I said he had no education because he kept saying collector corpse instead of collector corpse. Yes, someone else.
Yeah, but that's a wider thing.
Panel keeps doing that, don't they? Down there in Enfield.
Yeah. It's
not dead, so you can't call it a corpse.
Remember, it's a silent PS.
Yeah.
That's what you need to remember.
Think about how you say Marine Corps.
It's like silent. It's off, yeah.
I'm not sure I've ever heard Dealey mention the Marvel Collector Corps, so I don't know if I can critique you on it. So
I have said it once, and I've heard you mention times that it's core, not corpse. Otherwise, if I hadn't heard that, I would have said it myself.
I have been a bit of an anal knob, really.
Yeah.
The same as whenever you say,
but I have been like really kind of anal over that with people.
I'm really trying very hard now not to even say the V word at all. Whether it's single or plural, whatever.
Yeah, no one knows what you're referring to, Jace.
Vinyl. Yeah.
Because
you don't even really like the word vinyl that much, do you?
Not an awful lot, no, but I certainly don't like a false pluralization of it. It does not have an S on it. It never has.
No,
and it never will.
no. It's like you don't say sheeps, do you?
Exactly.
Not
even Wales.
Sheeps.
No, I do try and say record or LP now a bit more.
A. Boom's done a brilliant impression of you in the chat. Look, vinyl.
Vinyl.
I'm not suitable for mum, and I like to spin vinyl.
If I does my native voice, like,
I'm muting that already.
Yeah. No, I remember when you, Jimmy, when you were saying how we don't get mail calls in the UK. It's post.
Yeah,
the amount of times you said that, and I
know. I'm so. I think it's part of me Asperger's. It's just like some things, like they just wind me up way more than they should, and I can't. I just blurt it out, like I don't say it. Like, Wayne has a lot of mail calls.
When I first started doing my videos, everyone was saying mail call, so I've done it a couple of times. And after when I heard you taking the piss, I was like, I've got to stop saying mail call before he calls me out with it.
I wish more people were like UK random, just like listening, just like listening to what I want.
Exactly. It's not what we want, it's what Jimmy wants.
The four of us, and presumably everyone in the chat as well, has all grown up in Britain and is all, well, I mean, Scotty's pretty young, but a lot of us are of a certain age. I mean, when back in the day when we had post, did we say, mother, father, we've got a mail call this morning? Yeah. Like, we've never said it, have we?
It's post.
Yeah, it's like
got a post.
Like even some mail, like saying the mail comes all right. I mean, mail is a little bit of an Americanism. We're more used to calling it post, but I mean, I can, even I'm not that much of a cunt to really, Oh,
now he's gone.
It's like the post call. We've had a delivery, but mail call. I mean, I think it's the word call that annoys me the most. It's like, who's called like.
It's not calling. I'm shoving it through your letterbox and knocking on the door.
Do you know what I mean? It's like someone's calling you, someone's shouting you.
You want to put on there, postman?
I've got a package for you.
Well, I mean, some postmen will do that. I mean, especially in this day and age, if they're still not letting you sign for stuff because of like the pandemic and stuff. I mean, my postman just gives me a nice loud knock on my door, and I'm sat like literally like 6 foot away from it anyway, so you don't even need to say anything.
It's not the just said about Dorset farmers. It's not Dorset farmers that are hard to understand. It's the blooming Devonshire and Cornwall ones.
Why are you on about farmers now?
I said old Coombsy mentioned it.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
There you go. See, it wasn't out of context. Thank you very much.
Coombsy, don't encourage him, for fuck's sake. Bloody postman's pissing me off at the moment. I mean, you haven't been for... he hasn't been for a while. Lots of them are sick. Yeah, you think Royal Mail, they'd have like, they'd have like relief staff, really. Well, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. Do you remember the day? I bet you remember, Wayne. Do you remember the days when you used to get 2 posts?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
One was like, I think one was early morning.
Bealey and Wayne, like it still happens for you. It rarely happens here. Like, I think very occasionally. I think it's probably when the postman's like found something in the bottom of his bag that like he missed the first time. Just to come back. Second post.
No, we always used to have
hidden under a load of other shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 2 lots of fucking junk mail instead of 1.
But, yeah, mail call is not one. Yeah, and also I don't see it as much now. Maybe it's because I try and ignore a lot of the Facebook groups generally, but on Facebook, like in Funko Freaks and everything, every day. Oh, mail call. Hello, last I checked, you're British. Like, you're not from California, so behave.
Yeah.
That includes you, Wayne Deacon.
You're also, didn't you?
Yeah. So that'd be funny if they start announcing what post you've got. Knock on Wayne's door. Porno.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Chow, your penis pumps arrived. Mrs. Chow, those crotchless pat. No, less.
You're strapped on the line, Mrs. Chow.
Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, Bunty Barnes, your nipple clamps have arrived.
Jason, you know that's like not cool simply because you met. I didn't mind all the remarks before you actually met her in person, though. It's like if I ever met your mother, like, you know, God knows how that would happen, but it's just on the off chance. I think even I'd feel a bit funny about making all the patty jokes afterwards.
Yeah.
Hopefully I wouldn't. Hopefully I'd still be into it, but you know, I don't know.
No, your mum's a diamond. She really is. We're making all your cups of tea for everybody, and
you've just reminded me, like my mum and Alice especially, like they're always sticking up for you. Like when I say, oh yeah, like I've watched Jason today. I've been talking to Jason. He's alright, like old dollar. Oh, what you being mean to Jason for? You're like, that's not very nice. Oh, and I say things like, oh, like, well, he's bloody walks with a white stick, and oh, well, you'll be like that soon. I'm like, all right, Jesus, like you've got a fan club here. You have. I didn't want to tell you really, but I thought the funniest thing, right? You know that just a little group that we're in with, like Jonathan Ring, just with basically us three. Well, like, you know that I've set your nickname to Eggy Gusset, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, like, my iPad flashes up all notifications, same as my phone, and, like, Alice was here while you were sending me messages in that group.
Yeah.
Looking at my iPad screen and, like, who's Eggy Gusset? And I'm like, it's Jason. It's like, that doesn't sound very nice. Why don't you give him a different name?
Did she see what some of your nicknames have been though?
She didn't see Mark, because it wouldn't flash up my own, would it? Because I haven't typed it, and it doesn't flash your own notifications, does it?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, mine's not, I don't know, in there, is it cock bag or something like that? I don't know.
No, Dad, have you really got a wobbly willy?
Oh, that's what it is. I can't remember what mine is, but and she saw us like, why are you calling Jason that? And then my mum were here as well. Oh, you're horrible to him. I don't know why he's your friend. I'm like, bloody hell, if you knew like I did, you'd understand.
It's what mates do, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's what mates do, you know, a bit of banter. It's not a big laugh. Yeah.
It's like that at school. You have certain friends who, like, you can have a laugh with, but you know not to take it too far.
Yeah.
But then there's other ones, and, like, you're just roasting each other from the beginning of the day till the end.
Who's got this sound echoing?
Oh, yeah, who is that? Oh, it's no one now.
Is it me?
Somebody.
So it did seem a bit echoey, but it seems to stop now.
Weird. No, but you know, I mean, I'd take the piss out of myself as much as anybody else, you know. I know I've got issues, so what?
So I'm just scrolling back to look at the chat and the A.Boom Facebook groups. My family died in a car crash this morning. Let me see those mail calls to cheer me up. That's a standard phrase. Let me see those mail calls. Yeah. That's like Funko Facebook group 101, that is, isn't it? Right.
My Chelsea, I'm a lesbian. Show me your Malcolm.
Yeah, that's Funko Mad for anyone who isn't sure who call her a lesbio there.
What have I done now?
Fuck alone.
Load of tea towels. Handle with care. Your cat is sick. Please send cat Funko pictures. Jason, don't deny it. We know it is you. Yeah.
Anybody want a cheesy what's it?
Jimmy's mum.
Bluetooth one over.
Dreadful. So, yeah. Where were we? We've talked. God, I feel like we got off the subject of the Eternals really rapidly, and like
we did, yeah.
Yeah. So no one's that asked about it then. The Eternals.
It could be interesting.
Yeah,
but I don't know enough about them.
No, I mean I'm bringing it back to Funko again, but meet Jason. Yeah. They've not. Funko haven't released a lot of pop. Have they released any pops for it yet?
Yeah, that's about 8.
They got 10.
Oh,
yeah, that's how I found out about it.
There is.
They passed me by. Then I've not seen. Well, I've not seen anyone buy any or unbox it. Even Tarty, like.
I don't think they're actually out yet.
Comes out,
I don't think they're actually out yet. I think they're still on pre-order.
Right. Because I remember Tarty did a video about it, didn't he? He said like, "Oh, I've bought these before seeing the film. I don't really like doing that."
Yeah, Shang-Chi, yeah.
Yeah, and I think Black Widow, although you can understand it with Black Widow because like that had been delayed. Same with like I bought the No Time to Die James Bond pops.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I've still not seen. I mean, I've talked about this before. I won't be seeing that until it comes out on 4K.
No. Well, I don't want to sit in the cinema for 3 bloody hours. Thank you very much.
Well, not unless there's an intermission.
Yeah.
But they won't be. I mean, they used to do that back when you were a child, Chase.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You'd come round.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Half an hour break or whatever it was. Get an ice cream.
I mean, sounds like I'm being a bit facetious about it, but for a long film, I think it's a good idea, really.
Yeah, I do.
Can you imagine going to see Zack Snyder's Justice League in the cinema there?
Well, that was, 4 hours or whatever it was?
Yeah.
4.5 hours.
I'm bloody dying for a piss.
Yeah. But
I hate cinema taking a piss.
I've got the 4K Blu-ray for that. I only bought it. I mean, I was interested to see it, but I wasn't desperate. But I got it because it was like it came with that Wonder Woman black and white pop, and they have. I do like how on the Snyder cut they have kind of separated it into chapters. Like a black screen will come up like chapter 1 something or other, and then an hour later chapter whatever. But it still plays through like a film. It's still one long continuous. It's not like you've bought, I don't know, Breaking Bad or Stranger Things on DVD or Blu-ray, and it's like you can play as many episodes as you want, but after like 40 minutes or something, that it goes on to the next thing. This was still like a whole.
It was
4-hour film, but
it was more
so often it'll flash up chapter 1, chapter 2, or part 1.
It was more interwoven, though, wasn't it? It was more interwoven than, say, perhaps the normal TV series is.
What?
So you had to sort of keep watching.
Justice League, yeah. Well, I never finished the normal version, and when I started on Netflix, like halfway through, I was just bored shitless.
Yeah.
And I want Snyder Cut's perfect. I mean, I'm no expert, obviously, but it's obvious even at that length, and it is too long ultimately. But at that length, it is superior to the other bit.
Are we allowed to mention spoilers?
Spoilers for
that film? I expect most people have seen it now.
Justice.
Well,
I suppose. I mean, it's no skin off my nose. Just don't want you to offend anyone else.
It was just
the Native Americans that you were upset earlier, Chase.
No, it's just the Martian Manhunter bit that I thought was a bit unnecessary. Where he thinks about talking to Lewis talking to Martha or whatever it was. And he turns out to be Martian Manhunter instead. I thought that was completely unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, there would have been bits that like went way over my head and whatever that I didn't appreciate that someone who's more familiar with the characters and DC and everything would appreciate more. Scotty, actually hype about it because it's new character in the MCU. The Eternal. Yeah, it looks like a kind of they all look sort of from the. I've not even watched the trailer properly. They look kind of youngish, don't they? And like it seems like a bit of a thing for teenagers. Coombsy says that girl Wayne talking about the Funko Man, her girlfriend tried to sell their collection to me at Stupid Bro. Is she into pops now or not? I don't know. I unsub to her like bloody heck. Like she's like nails down a blackboard for me. I can't be doing this. I mean, Wayne like sort of crawls around her, but I think Wayne still harbours desires that he can turn her.
That's got him.
Turn her into what?
Exactly.
I don't know about turning her straight. I mean, like, can you technically be classed as heterosexual if you're going out with Wayne D? You know, there must be some other term for it.
Blind.
Normally at this point, I'd have thought of something, but I can't.
Guys,
Hurricane wants me to mute you because you ruin it for the Titanics of us. Whatever that. I mean, like, I don't know. Coombsy, why did Zack Snyder release that in 4:3? Yeah, I didn't mind that. I actually, when I put it on, I thought, oh, is there an option that I can change it back 16:9? And I don't think there was. But they might be on they might be on the normal Blu-ray or even DVD. I'm not entirely sure. But all I could see that I had to watch it in 4:3. It didn't really bother me, but I'm used to watching a lot of things in 4:3 because I'm into a lot of like 60s, 70s, and 80s television, and it were all in 4:3 ratio.
Maybe
black and white, and also
maybe that's just the feeling.
Black and white Justice League was. It was like nice.
It's just the feel he wanted to give it, you know.
Yeah,
like, some of the. Isn't Stranger Things filmed in a weird format? It's not your standard conventional sort of HD or whatever.
4:3.
Because it's giving it that 80s feel when you watch it, not just the way it's filmed. I'll have to go back and watch.
Wayne and Random, have you seen Stranger Things? Can you remember? Neither of you seen it.
I've seen about 5 episodes and I don't like it.
Oh, mate.
It's a load of shit.
Here we go. We've got another review section here. Who's he going to offend today? So I offend Jason. Like that, I welcome that. I encourage it.
You keep saying pal face.
All right, A. Boom. Thank you for coming in, mate. Nice to see you.
See you, buddy.
Thanks, A.
Guys, I'm going to have as well.
Yes, I do know that, Bob. Thank you very much for elaborating.
Then Jason chatted her up, and she was so fucked up. Yeah, Jason. I think it was you turned Funko Mad lesbian. Yeah, is Scotty still here? Because I was wondering if Scotty even knew that. Scotty, did you know she was a leser?
It was.
Sorry, did you know that she was a fishmonger? That's not even any better.
Beef eater.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a fucking letter bomb from Stonewall at this rate. Quick, Wayne, say something even more on PC. No, don't. I don't.
No, you get banned, mate.
Yeah, Wayne, get your tits out. Yeah, that'll do. I don't think Random's looking a bit worried by that.
Not at all. Guys, listen, I've got to do the fireworks for the little one. Thank you for having me on tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. You're welcome on any time. If you can see the link on a Friday night and you want to join, then just join in, mate.
We when we get back to doing it, I don't know when it'll be. Obviously, it's down to Jimmy and also the amount of people we get. But it'd be good to have you in on the game, mate.
Yeah, he means like Jackbox and Quiplash and all that.
Yeah.
Just to see what you come up with.
Yeah,
definitely up for it, guys.
Appreciate it, Bealey. Cheers, mate.
Peace.
Bye, bud.
See ya. Bye.
Looks like he's threatening. No, he's. I think he's off. Or he will be in a sec. But yeah,
I can't get out.
I'm not. Oh no, he's done it. He's done it. Can't get out.
Oh, that's funny. Just this little voice. I can't get out.
Like being in prison here. It's certainly with like Wayne and Jason. I mean, you can imagine Wayne like being like you look like someone's cellmate in like a kind of gritty crime film. You do, Wayne. I've been in and out of the scrubs more times than I can fucking count.
Yeah, no, they're doing a follow-up to Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Starring well for you, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right.
The lass she's dating is just typical Pompey. I can say that. I live outside. Yeah. Well, we know a Portsmouth guy, Jonathan.
We
Jonathan
do indeed, yeah.
Although maybe the women round there are a bit ropey because he does have problems we don't have problems getting dates because he used to use Tinder a lot, but he never seems.
That's
like, often say to me in the morning, "Oh, I've got a date. Someone I met on Tinder. Oh, great. Okay, let me know how it goes." And he comes back and it's like, "How did it go?" Well, we had a nice meal and a nice chat, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And that'd be like the same thing every day. Like, oh, all right. Like
I got the impression that Tinder was for blooming scrubbers.
No, you're thinking of that app, that dogging app where Lee and Abby met. You are. Like, what was it? Was it Badoo or something? I mean, even sounds poorly, doesn't it? Badoo. Like, it doesn't sound very romantic, does it? Like, oh, Badoo, you.
Yeah.
Badoo you up the arse. I believe that was Leroy's opening message to Abby, actually.
Yeah.
Knock, who's there? Badoo, who, Badoo you up the rear.
Do you take it up the shitter?
And since then, she fell head over heels in love instantly, and have been scouting dogging locations in the home counties ever since.
I mean, like Dave and Jason. Mournful Dave.
Oh yeah, no, I did see.
Yeah. That's where it gets confusing because we make jokes about Leroy and Mournful Dave, and then like I don't know, where did the term dogging come from exactly?
I don't know. Sure. Yeah, I'm assuming it's to do with doggy fashion, so you can both look out the window at the same time.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. You're probably onto something there, Jace. Yeah, I look reading your newsletter about it.
I mean, I'm just hypothetically, what's that? I knew about Lock, Stock and the series. I did see that. I quite enjoyed that myself.
I never saw the TV series.
It's old Bradley Walsh was in it,
and Snatch as well. Snatch is a great film. Wayne, have you got a review for Snatch?
I've seen Snatch. It's all right. You just can't understand bloody what's his name? Pitt in it.
Brad Pitt, yeah.
To be fair, I thought he was all right in that. Playing an Irish gypsy who spoke really quick. I think I'm not a Brad Pitt fan. I don't particularly rate him in a lot, but I thought he did all right in that. To be fair,
I thought it was it's different enough to be entertaining.
The thing about Brad Pitt did that film as like a bit of a favour for Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie wanted a kind of a big name in because otherwise it'd be like another one with relative unknowns in, unless like Lock, Stock. I know Sting was in it, but it was a minor part, and B, Sting, really, you think of him as like the singer out of the Police more than you think of him as an actor, really. So it's not like, the new Sting films come out.
Yeah.
Like you say, the new Ryan Reynolds has got, although I don't rate Ryan Reynolds. I think he's wooden as shit myself. But everyone fucking sucks his cock. Like, he had that new film come out, didn't he? And it's like, Deadpool's so great. Deadpool's... Yeah. See, I've had all this, Wayne. When I've slagged off Deadpool, I've had a outload of abuse back.
Deadpool's brilliant. Deadpool 2 is a load of shit.
Dad, I've only seen the first one. I thought the first one was absolute cag.
Wasn't Brad Pitt in Deadpool 2 as well?
Yeah, guest appearance.
He played the invisible guy or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Who was it who said it? It might have been you, actually, Chase. If it weren't you, it might maybe
what was that?
Maybe Dale or Glenn. they said, well, if you didn't enjoy Deadpool, you might like Deadpool 2 a bit better.
I liked Deadpool 2 myself, but then I probably got the references better.
It dragged on too long. The end scene at the end where
maybe a little bit. But no, I did. I mean, I like both of them. I'm not a massive Ryan Reynolds fan myself. I mean, I thought Green Lantern was a load of old shite.
Green Lantern was just the ending shit.
No, they try to fit too much in one movie. But anyway, no, I liked him as Deadpool. I thought he did a good job. He obviously genuinely cares about the character because he went back and did it from that bullshit that was done in Wolverine Origins or whatever it was.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to know everything about that. I'm going to know nothing, so I can't agree or disagree with that, really.
It's just Coopsy's message.
Yeah. Well, now, the thing, I mean, Ryan Reynolds wasn't even the worst thing about that film for me, and I don't think he's that guy. I don't know. I think there's something very sort of vanilla about him, really.
Maybe.
He kind of looks like he's an actor who's come off like some sort of production line. So it's difficult to explain. But now the worst thing, I just thought the writing was appalling in Deadpool. I tell you what, like touching upon what I said earlier, for me, it's like the cinematic equivalent of Fuzzy Dunlop. It's like someone trying too hard, and for me, just failing. Now then, other people might disagree because they think Fuzzy Dunlop's funny, and therefore they think Deadpool's funny as well. For me, it's like that's the cinematic equivalent. It's like, like we've got all these like rude jokes and like quirky remarks. Oh, we're going to break the fourth wall. It's like it's all like that open. Like they had like some like supposedly humorous like opening titles, didn't they? And I'm like, this isn't funny. It's just like it's forced. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Maybe perhaps that. I know I'm in a minority there. That's the trouble. So I know there's a lot of people who are probably pissing themselves in the aisles over it. But for me, and I do consider myself rather a comedy aficionado, but my wheelhouse is TV comedy, particularly older stuff. I'm the guy who like absolutely wet himself at a 25-minute episode of George and Mildred. So what that says more about me than anything else. I think, to be honest.
No, I think some of the humour, because you're saying you're like trying too hard.
Yeah, but that's the right. I think that's the writing, and
but
maybe
that's
a little
kind
bit
of
direction. Yeah,
that's kind of Deadpool's character anyway.
Yeah, I know. I remember you said that to me at the time. It was like,
you
said it was if you read the comics, you'd appreciate what they're trying to do a bit. And I think you're probably right. If I'd read some of the Deadpool comics first, I'd be like, I don't know if I'd find it much funnier, but it'd be like, I maybe appreciate that joke a little bit more.
Well, you look at Robin in I don't know if they did it so much in the 1966 show, but Robin, right, always was cracking jokes, and some of them are absolutely shit, but he would still crack them.
Oh, we're on about Batman now. Thanks.
Yeah, but I'm sort of trying to do you a comparison, right?
Yeah.
In the fact that Robin would tell shit jokes, and the reason Robin was always joking was because he was shit scared of what he was doing. Same as Spider-Man does that as well. Spider-Man does that because he's shit scared. So he's like trying to give himself a bit of confidence by joking and all the rest of it. The same.
Okay.
Anyway, you're entitled to your opinion. Your opinion. So you don't like it, you don't like it.
No, well, I don't. But it's like I do. Occasionally, I will get round to giving things a second chance. But I suppose just if you can call that a second chance. I mean, it was like I thought I'll just take a punt on the Blu-ray because I'd get a Funko Pop for like cheap with it.
Yeah.
And I'll see what it's like, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad it's not. I don't know when I'll watch bloody Zack Snyder's Justice League again because it's like, it's like 4 hours out of your life, and I've always got something else I can be doing. But I suppose eventually I'll get round to seeing it again.
Yeah, fair enough.
Scotty, Deadpool's great. Deadpool 2 was even better. Sting's best performance was Quadrophenia. I think I've seen some of that, but not
he
all
was
of it.
also in the original June.
Yeah, brilliant film.
The original Jin.
Yeah.
You know, the film June's just been re-released, isn't it? Well,
June. I thought it was the original Jin. I was like, what's that?
No, June. Dune.
June. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That kid in Deadpool 2 couldn't see the movie because he was too young. The guy
That wouldn't surprise me.
And on that note, I'm going to go and make a drink. So,
fair enough. We should try and keep people entertained.
Yeah. Jason, if you need to poo, just do it where you sat until I get back.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I only want to get a drink later anyway. That's all. Yeah. Jimmy Barnes is a complete moose knuckle.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I can still hear you, though.
I know, that's why I did it. So wait.
Barnes is a sex god.
Who is? Oh, right,
Jimmy,
yeah, okay.
Sex god.
Sex god. Well, I don't know about that.
He ain't had it in years.
Yeah, just my best way, yeah. There you go. No, well, what have you got recently, mate? Anyway, besides I'm obviously winning your giveaways and that, because you are the giveaway king.
I've got mystery box coming. 2 mystery box coming, which I've won both.
Yeah, that's something to ask you about, actually. Right. What you know, you've got to think, all right, double box toys do, but Jimmy doesn't like double box toys.
Yeah.
And there was the mysterygrail.com, which I stopped doing because I thought they were taking advantage of the people buying. I thought there was some of the pops you were getting, it was kind of taking the piss. But have you spotted any that you've got better odds of getting something half decent? Because Grails was like, what was it, 1,750 boxes?
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
I've got one coming from Buckeye Pops. And so they're on Instagram, and they've done 40 boxes, and the top hit, you add, 1 second, let me look it up.
Okay.
And they had it's like a £25 a box. And the hits were like the Iron Man, number 11, Cruella de Vil, Bane, Jesse, number 18, and like Venom and all that lot, and you got a good chance of getting a good hit. Yeah. And I thought, no, I went for it.
Yeah, well, that's not too bad. I mean, 40 boxes, you got a good chance.
Yeah. I actually got the big hit.
I got absolutely toshed from there. That's why I stopped it. I don't even know if I redeemed my last lot of vouchers, because I thought, am I ever going to buy from them again? Yeah. Probably not.
I get them once in a while and that, but because the post
they do it. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's what Jimmy was saying. If the post wasn't so much to get them over here, it might be better to do it, right? But my boxes, as far as the post is concerned, and the rest of it, have definitely been undervalued.
Yeah,
definitely.
Was it my first box I got? Was it Happy and from Snow White and 30 quid. Then I had a couple of good ones, and I've had really rubbish ones, but that's mystery boxes though still.
Yeah, I mean, I know you can't expect to get a top hit necessarily, but you want, even if you don't like the pop, you expect it to be, you're getting your money's worth.
Well, you had people, was it Pop Figures done a Halloween box?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
pop and a hard stack. You got a soda, you got mystery minis, you got a Dorbs. Take all that £3 in a £40 box, and people are complaining. It's like, but you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
So they run Pop Figures. I said, okay, everyone that got a box is going to get another box for free.
Yeah.
Which nice of them to do, but you shouldn't have to be doing that.
Mm.
No,
I mean, if what's a pop these days? I've seen them. I've seen now. They're like what, 15 quid? Some places are charging for them just for a standard, right?
Yeah.
So how much did you say the box was? 40 quid.
Yeah.
So you get what? So you get that. Say 15 quid for the pop. Well, how much for a Daubs? About 8 quid.
About that. Then you got the soda.
That's 12. Well, yeah, between 12 and 15. So you got all right. You might not like what the items are, the particular ones you get, but then that's, as you say, that's a mystery box as you expect. It's when you get ones with like shitty pop that are only worth like a £5.
Yeah.
Right. That's what gets me with some of these things.
Yeah,
right?
true.
But if you're getting all that, okay. As I say, you might not like what they are, but you can always, if you're in a community like that, we're always going to be able to pass them on to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I just hate the stump ones.
Right. What's Jimmy doing? He's pissing around with the settings again.
No, I'm just showcasing my panelists.
All right.
I'll do the same for you. Let's see.
Yep, fair enough. Thank you very much.
Oh. Whoa. That's hard,
yeah.
You're about Mystery Grail, are you? Or
yeah, because I stopped getting. I got a couple from and I thought they were crap.
They're not guaranteed value, are they?
No, they're not. But there's being undervalued and there's taking the piss.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. So the box is like, how much does it get sent them over? It's about 30 quid, isn't it?
So for 3 pops, it costs about 59 quid altogether.
Yeah. So roughly right.
Yeah.
So because I normally got a couple. It's if they were like, the box will say like 15 and you got a 10 quid pop, that's okay. That's not too bad. They got to make a profit. I get that. But when you get something that's like worth a £5, you're just like, what?
Yeah, it's true.
It's kind of taking the piss a little bit.
They don't deny it, though. That's the problem.
I know, but, as I said, I'd like one with better odds. With things like you, is that one that you said about? Is it an actual company or is it just somebody getting rid of their pops?
Buckeye Pops. They've done about 4 mystery boxes on Instagram.
Okay.
She had a good hit from them. The Yondu Pop. But yeah, they've been good.
Oh, Bob has changed the subject somewhat. He's gone on about wrestling now. Just in what he said.
Yeah. I was typing in a reply. Oh, carry on.
Yeah, they're just reading. Right, the bloody chat's going too quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, basically.
Have you done Mystery Grail again recently, then, Wayne? And we've not seen it yet, or are you just on about time you did it?
So much. Right, with Christmas coming up as well.
Yeah.
No, I was just asking advice because he does do a lot of that sort of thing and all these box battles and what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like just looking into it. I mean, most of the stuff I want now, to be fair, I suppose you could sort of class as grails because they're like voted or they're expensive. Yeah, there's not much in the way of the new stuff that I want now, or at least I haven't got. Put it that way.
Yeah, I unboxed another expensive one today. I think I'm going to be releasing that on Monday. I'm trying to stop releasing stuff on weekend. Yeah. Well, not every weekend. There'll be like occasionally Saturday or Sunday something will come out, even if it's shitty Smule or something like. But I don't know. I'm trying to like just go down to like Mondays to Fridays now. I don't know.
Well, if you haven't got enough,
I've said it before, and I do worry about it sometimes. I worry that like if I'm I just love producing content. I mean, I've been doing those like sort of music trivia type videos recently.
Yeah,
bloody hard work. They bloody take me ages to get.
Well, yeah, I can imagine.
But I really enjoy the process, and it's good. Obviously, it's not costing me anything to do. Neither. So if I've got a bit of a lull with mail calls, then you know, as long as I've got the time, put something like that out. But I do worry that like, am I like 6 or 7 days a week? Am I on here too much? Like, I don't want to.
Yeah, but the other thing is obviously as you get more of what you want, and this is what I'm a little concerned about, is you'll have less boxes to show, so you need to like spread them out a bit more.
Yeah. So yeah, what I got today, got to try to resist. I mean, nothing will come out tomorrow. Saturday, I try and avoid uploading, but Sunday, I'm sat there. Like it's maybe an hour or two before my lunch is ready, and I like things to go up at midday, and it might be like 11 o'clock or something. I'm like, oh, that video I've got coming out on Monday, and maybe I could bump it up to now. Because I don't know, I quite like a Sunday upload, but I'm trying to avoid Saturdays and Sundays, apart from like because there'll be some like. You know, when I like to do a Top of the Pops reaction, I like it to come out on the date that it originally came out on.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, then there's bound to be like one in the future that's like going to come out on a Saturday or a Sunday, because that was like, you know, like the whatever of whatever was, you know, that was originally a third.
Do you sort of start it about like a week in advance if you know it's going to come out? So that's how you pick the date. So it takes quite a lot to do, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm quite ahead of myself with the Top of the Pot. I've got 2 coming out this month. Originally, there was only 1, and then for some reason, I saw another good quality episode from November, and I thought I'll react to that one as well. It'll be like a little bit of a boat. That's coming out next week, actually. That's out on.
I did
Tuesday the 9th. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And then there's another one for this month that's more towards the end of November.
Well, let's hope I can comment properly.
Yeah, but
I do like commenting.
I try and get ahead of myself. I've got like 2 in November and 1 in December. They're already done. Like
excellent.
And then I've got some more download. I've got some downloaded from like January till like April next year.
Oh, fair enough.
But they're just ready for like when I fancy sitting down to actually get the thing recorded.
Yeah.
I'll they're ready. I don't need to go searching for them. So,
I did have an idea for you, mate. Right, I thought about doing it myself, but I don't want to. You know what I'm like? I don't like to copy other people's ideas. You know, that's their thing.
It's your idea, wouldn't I be copying?
Well, but it's similar to what you've done before. That's why I'm saying it. Right. Anyway, what the idea was, it would take a bit of research, I know, but looking for songs that entered at number 40 and then disappeared.
Well, I mean, it's the sort of thing. It's the sort of thing that I've never thought of that. The only other idea I'd had recently was like I was like maybe thinking about going through like, I mean, it was a top 75 up until I think like sometime in the 80s, and then it became a top 100. But going through each, I mean, but it would take me probably like days just to do the reading. Like, but I was thinking of like finding my favorite single from each year of a decade that totally missed the top 40. But it's gonna, if you think about it, like with all like the indie stuff that came out that didn't get anywhere near the top 40, that would just reading it and then deciding on stuff, that would take me forever. It's just it's too big, that for me. But your thing, like something that went in at 40 and then I mean, there can't be. It'd be difficult to read. I don't know.
It would take you a while to do because it's so. The thing is, people don't necessarily remember those songs because they didn't do particularly well. It's not to say they weren't good songs, just because of everything else that was there. They didn't get a look in. You know, there was a band that I got a song of called Smaller. They were sort of like the 90s Britpop stuff. They did a song called Is, and I don't think that ever tried. but I bought it because I'd heard it on some independent radio station. I thought I actually quite like that song.
Yeah.
And I think that was 97 when I went and bit nuts, and I bought about 80 CD singles in a year.
Yeah. I think 99 and 2000 was when I bought way too many CD singles.
Yeah.
Looking back at some of the ones I bought, I wouldn't touch them with a barge pole.
No, but that was the other thing as well, actually. Your opinion, right? You know, when you bought a CD, sometimes you would have a little card, wouldn't you? And you could fill it out and send it off.
Yeah,
and they keep you up to date of what was coming out. Have you got any of those cards?
I've probably got a couple knocking around. I couldn't tell you what CDs they're in though. That's
because I've got loads of them that I've got sent because obviously being big on Skunk Anansie, I've got loads of them from there. Sort of like it wasn't a fan club, but it was like a little newsletter.
Yeah,
right. I had stuff from Supergrass. I think there's some stereophonic ones there. Maybe Sleeper as well. I've got quite a lot of them. I just wonder whether that would be something that would interest people, whether it'd be worth making a video of it, whether people might find it a bit dull.
Well, I mean, they just basically like, put your name and address and send this off to receive.
Yeah, but this is what you actually got. This is what you actually got after you sent that in.
Well, I suppose in that case, it would depend on what the stuff was really, whether it was anything. I remember for some acts, like I'd get like sort of nice postcards that I'd end up sticking up on my bedroom wall and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, there's that sort of thing.
And I quite like them, but that's pretty much like the height of it for me. I
don't know whether it's a bit too niche.
More interesting than that. Let me have a quick look at the chat. Oh God, my typing! I just saw I mistyped again. Rage, be right back. Coombsy saw the Beatles 4-pack the other day on eBay US. The pops. It's actually a 5-pack with the Blue Meanie and Yellow Submarine Blu-ray. I did really want that, and then I thought after a while I'm never going to find that in a month.
It's ridiculously expensive, though, isn't it?
On pop figures. Justin's in. Howdy, says Fireborn, the old seat sniffer himself. Music, what is wrong with Bryan Adams? I prefer that over Whitney Houston. You are a danger. You are Hurricane Bob.
Both of those songs were shit.
Bryan Adams is the biggest wanker around.
Okay. Bryan Adams.
Oh, you said you like Robson and Jerome. You absolute.
Now, I'll tell you a true story about Bryan Adams, right?
Okay. Oh, go on then.
In Chelsea, right, where my parents live, there's a pub. And he lived right next door to the pub. And he went and bought the pub out, right? Bought it, and then closed it down because they were too noisy.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
He wants people to go out for a drink of an evening and just sit there quiet as titmice, does he?
Yeah. And I couldn't believe it when I saw that.
Yeah. Well, I liked Bryan Adams' early stuff, right? Run to You, was it Summer of '69, right? Both good songs. And then he went and did stuff, and this is one of the reasons why I went off Def Leppard, is he went and did an album with John Mark Lang, and it just sounded like they were songs that Def Leppard had rejected. I just thought, no, you're not Def Leppard. You're supposed to do your own thing. You have your own sound, not just do what someone else is doing. And it's overproduced. Def Leppard was overproduced. You didn't have that raw energy that a lot of bands have got, and I prefer that.
I don't think there's a great fondness for Bryan. I didn't think there was. It's like, how people talk about people like Freddie Mercury with reverence. And although, I'll hold my hands up, I've never been the biggest Queen fan. I never will. I do get that because Freddie Mercury was such like a charismatic and prominent personality. For me, Bryan Adams was just like a boring Canadian who knew how to play the guitar and sing a bit. And that, I don't know why sort of 30 years late after everything I do that like people are like, oh, you know, Bryan Adams is like a national treasure. He's like, well, I know he's Canadian, but
yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's kind of taking the piss a bit.
It's like, no, he's just like he was like a middle of the road Canadian rock guy. Like, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing particularly interesting about his music. He wasn't innovative, certainly.
No.
Wasn't
I mean,
you know, a guy who can sing and play the guitar a bit. That's about it. There's nothing.
His sort of early stuff, I would put in sort of the same bracket as, say, like Dire Straits. It was that kind of style.
Shit, like, well, I'm being a bit unfair to REO Speedwagon, really, there, but
I don't know about them.
That sort of Americanized, sort of slightly overproduced, you know, radio rock.
See, I liked a lot of Dire Straits, you know, stuff. You know, the classic '80s stuff I'm on about. You know, it is what it is. It's not the most
either. So, a Walk of Life's pretty fun. That's nice and catchy, though. It's a bit of an earworm. It's the sort of thing you hear it on like in the morning, and then like you can't, you know, you keep hearing it in your head for the rest of the day, kind of thing. But but no, Bryan Adams. It's like it's not exactly the most beloved and you know, special. It's not like we're not talking about bloody Elvis Presley here, are we?
No, I know you're not.
We're talking about Bryan Adams, for fuck's sake. He did a drab song for a Robin Hood film that song.
I fucking hate that song.
What's he done since? Yeah, that thing with Chicane was all right, but if you don't like dance music, then you're not going to be into that. And even then, I can take it or leave it.
A lot of people, I don't particularly like it, but a lot of people rate the one he did with
Mel C. with a Spice Girl, which, you know, and I think, you know, like the Spice Girl got the worst end of the deal, personally. You know, well, I mean, I would have said he seems a nice enough guy, but from what Wayne said, he does seem a bit of an arsehole. So can't even say that now. I think that's mainly because Sue Deacon's local boozer got closed down. So that's so he's incurred the wrath of the entire Deacon clan.
Yeah.
Maybe
that was
boozer because you want peace and quiet. You know what I mean? And because you got the money to do it, piss off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a bit daft if like you buy a pub, like, oh, it's a nice pub, and then like, oh, I don't want to own this pub anymore because it's noisy. Well,
it's all he wanted to get rid of all the riffraff. That's what it was.
Yeah, he probably wanted like a place. He probably wanted a place for like his sort of trendy London celebrity friends to hang out with him, and like, you know, like the Deacons were still coming in for the steak and ale pie every Sunday. You know, I'm not having that.
coming in with their banging on the door with their claymores and all that lot.
He bought the house next to the pub, and because like it was a little bit noisy, that's why he bought the pub to just close it down for a bit of peace and quiet.
Yeah, like don't move next door to a pub is the simple answer, you know.
Yeah.
Like the money he's got, I'm sure he could have looked elsewhere.
Yeah.
Well, you know what some of these celebrities are like? You know, if they see something, they want it, and you know, it's no matter what, they're going to get their own way, aren't they? I mean, and ultimately, that in this case, that involved boring Bryan Adams closing a boozer down.
Yeah. Please, right now, I don't listen to charts, but I heard this was a thing. Please tell me how the bloody hell that Ed Sheeran has been at #1 for over a year. How the hell does that work?
He hasn't.
Well, yeah, apparently so.
No.
Apparently it was over 52 weeks. #1.
In what chart are you talking about?
Well, the current UK chart.
Which chart? No, that's not specific. What UK chart?
I don't know. I just saw that he was 52 weeks at #1 in the UK.
That might be something like the streaming chart or something, which I don't give a fuck about that.
Don't they all have them? Yeah, but don't they have everything included together now, as far as the top 4 weeks is concerned? I mean, I don't know. I've not listened to it in ages.
Yeah. So are you referring to the official singles chart then?
Yeah, but that's what I was led to believe.
Well, why don't you say it's the singles chart?
Right, okay. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know for certain.
No, he hasn't. No, who told you that?
There was something on. I can't remember what I saw. It was something. All right, I know the net's made up, but there was a lot of stuff. But I'm sure there was some Gallup thing or something like that. I can't remember.
Ed Sheeran has not spent a year without being knocked off the official UK singles chart. Don't you think like the whole world and his wife would have heard about that by now?
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. That's why I thought it was a bit weird.
Now, whether there's like different rules for the specific streaming chart, and he managed to. Even then, I'd find it a bit unlikely.
Well, yeah, that's I was like, what? But no, I'm sure they said it was Ed Sheeran. I don't rate that guy at all myself. I mean, he's done some.
I think he's crap.
Yeah, I think there's been a couple of songs that are passable, shall we say?
I watched in fact, I might have even I think a quote tweeted it actually, and then I called him like a ginger git or something like that. And he was doing an interview with someone, and like he was mispluralizing vinyl, and it was like, you're a bloody singer songwriter and you don't know. Oh, you little tit! Wind me up. That's the thing. I've had Twitter accounts get suspended because I've seen something from someone, usually a bloody celebrity, which has wound me the wrong way.
Yeah,
and I've sent him a load of abuse. And then next thing I know, my account's been deleted.
You know,
what with me like using my account to like post YouTube links, I'd really try and avoid directly, insulting people. I'll sort of make an insult about someone, but I'll try not to directly sort of do it at them. No.
Right.
Later, let me listen. But no, Ed, there's been different number ones. The singles chart. They call it the singles chart, but it counts physical sales, it counts digital download sales, and probably most importantly certainly for the youngsters, it'll count like a number of streams now. But there is also separate charts. There's like a physical singles chart, they call it vinyl.
Right, okay.
The chart company call it vinyl singles, but I mean, I don't know. I suppose I'd call it physical, but that sounds a bit weird as well.
Yeah. And
obviously, there's still the album chart, but there
because they don't make
downloads and streaming counts towards that as well. It's like the whole. That's why, like, really, once I've got to the end of the 90s for some of these trivia videos, it's like, well, I don't really want to go any further because the 2000s is when everything starts like changing.
But you saw the showed you. I got the book, the old British hit singles and all the rest of it. Right, I'm not showing you the cover because the covers all come off. But yeah, that one.
Who I'm looking at who likes Harry Styles more than Ed Sheeran. I don't really rate either of them, to be honest.
No, I don't.
You know what? You're Justin. You're into that Korean lad, that Korean lot, aren't you? BTS. I don't get that at all.
No, I don't.
I don't. That goes.
They dress up in weird costumes.
My head, mate.
Yeah, they dress up in weird costumes and shit, don't they?
Well, that doesn't bother me. I mean, they're like a boy band, but like we've had boy bands for years. What makes this lot so special? I don't get it. Oh, it's just me feeling old.
No,
help me feel young again.
But I haven't liked boy.
There you go. That's it. Look, Wayne's just smiled, and it's made me realise he's 30 years older than me. So that's no, I'm not 30. No, maybe 25.
He's been generous to you for a change, Wayne.
No, you must be drunk.
I don't. Teetotal here, mate.
Yeah.
Hang on. Coombs, Ed Sheeran adds an official UK chart record to his ever-growing list of chart accolades. He became the first British solo artist to claim a full year at number one across his catalog. Now
right.
That's the thing. I mean,
so not one particular song.
Okay, Rach, thank you for coming in. Nice to see you.
Cheers, Rachel. See you later. Right, I'm going to have to go somewhere and I need to get a drink.
So does that mean, like, out of all the charts that they have now, like the full singles chart and then the download / streaming and physical sales, blah, 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 does that mean, like, Ed Sheeran was #1 every week of the year in one of those somewhere, or I don't know.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, across his catalogue, I mean, it's a bit weird. But
so,
no, the way you put it, Jason, was like he released a well, if you can call it a
single. Well, that's what I thought. Yeah.
And it spent no, he didn't do that. I mean, bloody hell.
It's still a hell of an achievement, though, isn't it? I mean, all right, I know the charts don't really amount to much now these days, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, because it's all music streaming is so. I don't know why so many record labels and artists willingly get on board with it, because the payoffs are shit. Apparently, I don't know enough about the music business to really dive deeply into it, but apparently, like the proceeds you get from a single stream is like it's like a fraction of a penny or something stupid like that. Yeah. Well,
don't know, but then if they've got like, some of these things, they've got like 10 million views. That's still a fair bit of cash.
Well, yeah.
For basically doing fuck all.
It's just another. I know things have to move on, and it's the future becomes the present, etc. But it's that sort of thing. That's why I like to concentrate on music from yesteryear. I'm sounding like an old fucking fart now. I know.
Don't worry about it, mate.
But where you can you've got something physical to hold in your hand.
Yeah, I prefer that myself.
Such as what got revealed today. This beauty, I've not cracked into it yet. It nearly came out all over me, but
that's your set, yeah.
Yeah. I know it's only CDs and CDs.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's still
anymore. But this is just the feel of it, and
there you go.
Is quality.
That's something that I've got a review.
Iron Maiden, is that?
Yeah, latest album.
Oh, that came out on a red record that looked quite attractive. Yeah. But you collect.
So but the Beatles thing's cool. But what is it then? It's sort of like a best of, or is it some?
It's well, I mean, I'm really spoiling my own video, but it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah. I'll still watch it.
It's their first 11 albums, but they've been remastered in monophonic sound rather than stereo.
As they were originally, then.
As was originally intended, because the consensus is the Beatles, because mono sound was for a long time, up until like the late 60s, really the only sound you could get a record mastered in. The Beatles stuff, it's usually the super fans, but the super fans say, the stereo mixers don't sound very good, like they sound wrong somehow. It's not how the band
it's artificial, isn't it, almost?
Whereas the monophonic sound is more true to the original intentions.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of it depends on like how good your hearing is and how far you're prepared to go to like compare different versions of stuff.
I found when they get some of these digital remasters as well, it doesn't have some of the rawness that you had in the original recording, because they've faffed around with it. And I like band stuff that's slightly, especially because I'm into like rock and some heavy metal. You expect it to have some of that slightly unpolished quality to it. You expect that. You want a bit of noise and a bit of static and all that. Otherwise, it doesn't sound right.
Hurricane, I think you'll find it's because they're Korean. That's why BTS are the thing. Oh yeah, that Squid Game thing's Korean, isn't it? Although BTS have been knocking around for a fair few years now, aren't they?
They have, yeah.
There's Korean groups make it in the Western world, yeah, but that's. I mean, if they're doing well and fair, good luck to them. It's just not. It's just not something that really I can pitch a tent for at all. Really,
no, that's fair enough. Wayne,
yeah.
Have you got like a I know there's a lot of people that just like music in general rather than having a favourite band, but if you got one, there's one band you can like listen to.
I know it. I know what Wayne's going to say.
Bee Gees? Really? That's your fave?
The Bee Gees, I think they're brilliant. Or I like the Monkeys, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see those figures I sent you, Jimmy? About the figures? Forbidden Planet?
Hey?
Right. Forbidden Planet, they've got the vinyl figures of both the Beatles and the Monkeys. And they were selling them for cheap for like £5 each.
Oh.
Right, yeah, I did send you. I'm pretty sure I sent you a link.
When?
And Wayne, a couple of days ago. Wayne, you might like it as well. And they've even got the.
You didn't send it me, mate. I never got that.
Well, we'll go on there anyway and look at their sale for collectors and toys for Bin Planet. Right, they got quite a lot. They're a bit funny looking.
Well, I bet they're sold out now.
Yeah, no, I did send it to you. That's why I'm surprised you didn't respond.
Adele
Wayne,
over 300 quid to see a lot. Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. Wayne.
She's someone I don't mind. I mean, she's better than Ed Sheeran, but then again, bloody hell, Jason's arsehole's better than Ed Sheeran.
Exactly.
Leroy, you can't beat the kings of rock and pop, the one and only the Wurzels. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And Abby says Bee Gees rule.
Yeah. No, but Wayne, they had all 4 of the Monkeys in their red outfits.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it.
The scoop like bloody 3 days later, and you're like, I bet they've sold out now. You bloody pilchard.
Have they?
I don't know, but like you're telling, like, I'm sure I sent you a link. You fucking well did.
I did send you a link. I know I sent you a link.
What? Privately, or did you just put it in one of the group chats?
No, but I can't remember. I can't remember.
Spammed up way past everything.
Maybe it did.
Well, I know. I won't go on about your recent fracas.
Anyway, go and have a when you get a chance. Go and have a look. They've probably still got some. Right. Anyway, the one I was trying to get about for Wayne was I don't remember it from the TV show, but apparently there's like this hot rod car for the Monkeys, and they had that as well.
All right.
Yeah. Just thought it's a sort of Yeah, Forbidden Planet.
Forbidden Planet, not the one with the international, because they don't really have an online website anymore.
No, if you go to
so what do I search for?
Go to the toy section.
All right, menu, toys and collectibles.
Yeah, and then there should be one that says sales or clearance or something like that.
Toys and collectibles sale.
Yeah, look at that one.
Oh, they've got Hot Toys Iron Man marked down £100 off to $419.99.
Yeah, well,
wow.
That's not for you, obviously.
You got Pedro from Shazam for $2.99. Shazam, has anyone seen that?
Yeah, so I thought it was quite good. I quite liked it.
Okay.
I've got an autographed Pedro, actually.
Oh, that's a weird one.
Yeah, but no, I was asking Wayne because me and Jimmy obviously we talk a lot about music.
Yeah.
And we don't sort of hear you so much about them.
Beatles 4.5-inch yellow submarine blue meanie, $2.99.
Yeah.
What's what you're on about?
There's quite a few of them.
Right.
They got a black and white, but it was a bit weird. They got a black and white yellow submarine, which makes a lot of sense.
I'll load more. The blue meanies come up.
Yeah.
Monkeys, Titans, Monkey Mobile. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who Titans are. 4.5-inch yellow submarine.
They did a lot of the Doctor Who ones.
Well, yeah, I've seen a few Doctor Who ones scrolling down.
They're a bit funny looking, but yeah.
They look all right. I mean, they've got Star Trek there. That's Titan. Yeah, it seems to be all.
How are Lee and Abby then? Are you guys good?
Just saying hello. Hope you're all okay. Yeah, good. Thanks, Queen. Hope you're well. Pop figures have got the Sex Pistols pops last March. What? You mean they had them last March and I missed out on them? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Unless they've added them again recently. Blue Meanie's my favourite Beatle. That's the one I got at a later. I'd got the 4 Beatles, like John, Paul, George, Ringo, like 500 odd quid. That's all right, Abby. If you think Leroy high rolls in your company, you should check me out. Yeah, I rolled again today. Yeah, I got the 4 Beatles themselves, and then I thought, you know what, like, it's not a complete collection until I get the Blue Meanie, even though I don't. The film Yellow Submarine, I can take it or leave it. It's my least favourite Beatles film by a long chalk, to be honest.
I found it very strange.
It's pretty good. I even quite like Magical Mystery Tour, even though it's just basically them pissing about for an hour.
Yeah, Bob said about Queen's greatest hits on tapes. Yeah, I've been collecting the original records, or trying to. I've got about 5 now, I think. Just nice to have. But the tapes, there's a lot of people. Did you ever get those Bjork tapes, Jimmy? I can't remember.
No, I decided against it. So I ended up getting a couple of her albums quite cheap on mini discs.
That seems to be a thing, doesn't it? It's doing coloured tapes.
Yeah, more people are doing that. I mean, well, you know what came out today, don't you? I mean, you're gonna be instantly disgusted, Jason. But ABBA's new album was released.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, but you should all the vinyl people on the record collectors on YouTube who I sub to. They're all well up for that, you know, Jason. Like there's a lot of ABBA fans out there. But no, what I was the reason I mentioned it was because you should see the amount of different formats. This Voyage album, this new ABBA album's come out. Like there's like 4 different cassettes. I think there's even 4 different types of CD you can get.
Yeah.
2 different editions of the record, the LP. I think there's
I suppose
CD set. It's like if you go to their website, where you like the Voyage website, there's so many different variants of the same album you can get.
Yeah.
It's simple, and there's probably I bet there'll be plenty of people who've bought them all. Format.
If it was a band that I was into, then a few years ago I might have done. I mean that DC album I got. That's it. I got the yellow one. They got it in blue and red. It's exactly the same album, right? But just different colour. And there's also another version with a different cover. There are, if you like, a comic book almost with a record in it, from like singles off of there. As well, there's a hell of a lot, you know, different things connected with it. And you know your T-shirt you've got, the Ghost one.
Yeah.
Because they're not actually on the album, but they were. That is off of a comic book cover. They just did a promo thing for it, but I don't know why they're not on the album when they're featured quite heavily. It's weird.
Yeah. Lovely. Justin, I'd like a clear coloured cassette of something. Right. I mean, you sound very general there, Justin, like you don't really care what it is. Well, if that's the case, then what I'd suggest you do, go on Bandcamp and then like look for any act who's like got their merch up. In other words, they're selling like physical copies of their albums and things.
Yeah.
And then it was a couple of weeks ago now. I spent hours on Bandcamp. I didn't buy anything in the end because I taught myself out of a couple of things really. But I spent so long just looking at a few different genres and trying to find people who were selling cassettes and LPs and stuff. And I didn't consider, buying a CD if it was like supporting an indie act sort of thing. But I tend to try not to collect CDs only of like acts that I've been collecting on CD for donkey years. But no, Justin, my advice there: go on Bandcamp and just have a big old look. Preferably, find some genres of music that you are into anyway.
Yeah.
And search for them, and then just have a look, see which acts have got cassettes and stuff for sale. And chances are you'll find like a translucent coloured one of someone. I'm sure I came across one that I nearly bought a couple of weeks ago. Coombsy, there's a signed Johnny Rotten on eBay. I wonder if that's been signed recently because he's like doing like a speaking tour at the moment, isn't he? John?
Yeah. He's signed a few things recently, I believe.
Hurricane, they're releasing new John Lennon. Yeah, I've seen the new. I do like the John Lennon pops. I think they really. If I'd not got the Beatles set, I'd have pre-ordered one of those ages ago. But I try and stick to one character each, and I've already got a Lennon, and he goes in my yellow. So
I'm in two minds about that one because, yeah, he did it. Well, I mean, I've got that gold CD display piece of Imagine, but I preferred Lennon in the Beatles, so I'd want to get, if I was going to get them, it's like you, is get all of them. Right, well, so if they ever do re-release them again,
you should just do what I do, Jason. Drop about $1,000.
Exactly.
I mean, I know.
I'm not gonna spend that sort of money. Yeah. I mean, I like the Beatles, and they're iconic, right? But I'm not. It's not something I'm desperate for.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not like you're more towards the casual end of being a fan, but. Justin Bandcamp's a great place to look. It is. I try. I don't do. I probably ought to be doing another Bandcamp video fairly soon because I still got these mini discs that I need to listen to and then actually give a bit of review on. But I really like Bandcamp just for all you need to do is like type in whatever genre you're into, and then you can just discover
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, well,
Jimmy, mate, I've got to shoot off now anyway.
Okay, mate. Cheers. Thanks for coming on, Wayne. Appreciate it.
All right, mate.
Hopefully we'll see you again next week.
Will do. See you later.
Ta-da, mate. You're still there. You've got randoms, but you can't get out. There he is. He's gone. Oh, it's just me. Can't wait for a Cliff Richard pop. I could scoff at that. The thing is, though, I think Cliff Richard has had some minor success in America. Probably not quite enough for Funko to be like, oh, you know what, will sell well in the pop rocks line, Cliff Richard. But he has had at least a few US top 10 hits, I think. Sadly enough, like why the Americans would want Cliff Richard. They gave us Elvis, and we gave them bloody Cliff in return. Jim and Jason, what's your views on the Funko Pop albums they've been releasing? I've got all the initial wave. Like I managed to get them all. Even like stuff like My Chemical Romance, who I'm not into the band, but I really like the pop album concept. Now the new ones that are coming out, there's a few of these deluxe ones. There's the Doors, Queen's Greatest Hits, and Metallica's Black Album. I like the idea, but they're so big and cumbersome. It's like I get anxiety attack. Well, not literally, but I get anxiety, feelings of anxiousness about displaying normal size pops now because I've got so little room left. If I start buying these deluxe pop albums that like so wide, but the thing, I do like them if like any of them ever went cheap, like if they're on like a massive discount somewhere, because I mean they're only on pre-order at the moment, so you're going to be paying full whack. But I would find it very, very hard to resist, especially as the normal pop albums, I've collected all those, and the second wave of those, I've got them on pre-order. But so in theory, Craig Hurricane, I like them. I like the pop albums generally, and I like these deluxe ones, but they're going to be an absolute pig for people to display. They really are. And that's, I don't want to slag Funko off about it, but you know, do they think like a lot of people just, you know, eventually going to run out of room? Like, what's everyone supposed to do when they have so many Funko Pops? They're supposed
Exactly.
to automatically move into a bigger house.
Yeah.
Maybe Brian Mariotti could do that, but old Jason Herbert Clough from Eastleigh can't do that, can he?
No, I can't. No, the one I do like, and I'm a little bit disappointed with that, is the Guns N' Roses ones. Because you've got the two gaps for the other pops.
I forgot about that.
Which they'll probably never release.
I've seen like mock-ups of it. I've not seen it.
Yeah, it's all the skull, basically the same pops, just with the skull faces.
Yeah.
Right? Because obviously they're never going to do the original.
And I think there's a Kiss one that might be coming out as well. Because that JLH who stopping JLH, we were talking about him a little bit.
Thing is, when you've got all those,
he's a massive Kiss fan, and I remember seeing he was tweeting about it and saying, "Oh no, they've got this totally wrong. They've cocked this up." I can't remember exactly why.
Yeah.
It was something to do with how the pops looked, you know, compared to the album sleeve or something. And so yeah, there's a lot of obviously big super fans. I suppose if like they brought out, I don't know, an iconic Beatles album and then they've done it in this style, and like I suppose someone like me would be like really fond of the sleeve or the album or whatever. If they got one little detail wrong, I'd probably jump on it and be like, oh no,
exactly.
But for me, it's been more casual, like, you know, something just looks good. It's music related, you know. I like it. Get the normal Queen News of the World, the first pop album for Queen that came out. I got that from I think that was in my first and currently only ever order from Geek Garage. I keep trying to use Geek Garage again, and there just never seems to be much that I want. If anything, it's a shame, really, because I think the guy who runs it's quite a nice guy, and it's kind of last website standing a little bit at the moment with UK Funko retailers because so many have been closing. So, you know, as I always say, support your independent retailers. I mean, I've been buying a lot of things from Pop Figures, as you know. Yeah, you might argue that Pop Figures are overpriced a little bit, and we did talk about it last week to an extent. You know, they have got to make a profit at some point down the line. Let's remember that. You know, I'm the last person to be sort of, you know, kissing capitalism's arse, but you know, it's common sense. You know, you can't expect a website to set up and then be selling stuff for like little more than wholesale price because they'll go out of business in 5 minutes.
Well, the fact that if you've got to think about it, they've got to go out and source them for starters. Right, so that's the thing.
Because you know, they're the best at sourcing like Grail level stuff. There you go,
exactly.
One for you, Frammers, a good old G word there, G-bomb.
A Frammers. Gonna get
a Frammers for Frammers there. You know, I in fact the video I filmed today that'll be coming out probably Monday unless I decide to move it up to Sunday. I give a little bit about Pop Figures near the end. I say they're the only website, it's certainly in the UK anyway, that I know of, where you can get a lot of this rare stuff. And it's expensive, but A, you've got your layaway options, you lay by, your Klarna, blah, blah, blah. And B, you know, if you really want it, you've got to put your money where your mouth is. You either buy it and then you've bought it, you've paid your money, that's that. Or you just don't buy it, and then you're thinking, oh, you're moaning for like the rest of your life. Oh,
don't get it.
I don't want to pay the money. You know, you've either got to pay the money or not. Really, at the end of the day, that's what it is. If you collect, you know, I do get like there's people like Pop Tart, for instance, who he's quite proud of the fact, and rightly so, that he's never spent more than something like £25 on any pop that he's got.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
Now worth a lot of money.
Yeah,
I respect that, but that's a different way of collecting, and that means, you know, if he was me and he was into like the Beatles and Sex Pistols, there'd be stuff he'd never own, and he'd be like, but for me, I'm someone, if I want something, I can hold off for a little while, but with those Beatles. If
Well, that
I'm going to get them now. If they go, if someone else gets them and Pop Figures don't have a restock at any point, then that's it. I've missed out, haven't I?
Yeah, exactly. Because I got that Hobgoblin one from them. And the thing is, you may pay a little bit extra. Although, to be fair, I think mine was a good 20. Well, I'm pretty sure it was a good 20 quid less than I'd seen it anywhere else. Right, and that was including postage. But one thing with Pop Figures is they're very, very good at giving you a quality pop for in good nick. Because you said, didn't they? They're very conservative with their grading.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, they're very, very well packaged. You always get a pop protector. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think their delivery's pretty quick as well, isn't it? They don't take very long.
It is, yeah.
So you're paying for that extra service.
Back from when they first started the delivery. I think when they first started, they'd have stuff sort of sat around waiting for Royal Mail to collect it for like a week. But now it's like...
Yeah, but I mean, even a week's not too bad.
Or something. Like, pretty much everything I order from Pop Figures that's in stock, like within like probably a maximum of 3 days, I'll have it. Like sometimes 2 days, quite often, depending on what time I've ordered it. Coomsey, DBT should be shut down. Why they haven't? I've got no DBT. Crap. DBT aren't even in the conversation for me anymore. It's like they might as well be like bloody Boots the Chemist or Superdrug or fucking Shoe Zone where Wayne Deacon. They're nothing really now. DBT. They're not even worth. They're not worth mentioning. But
I'll take it way now to go off and do. Sorry, I'll take it way now to go off and do stuff.
Yeah. He did. He said to say goodbye, and he loves you more than life itself, Jason.
Oh, very nice of him.
The buy collection's 60% of the value or less, from what I've heard, saying that the right values do. Well, it's 60%. Actually, sounds a bit generous from other people. I know by book. There's someone I know, a nice guy, because I've met him and I've dealt with him. He buys at 50%, and he kind of makes a point of it. But he does buy a lot of. But I mean, he travels all over the country to do it. Yeah. So you've got to factor in like there's probably. I don't know about pop. You can imagine for Pop Figures, there might be someone who's like sort of going around in a van or something maybe.
Well, yeah, I would have thought so.
Buying up big bulk collections. So you've got to factor in transport costs, petrol, maintenance for your vehicle, food and drink, the usual boring stuff, car insurance, whatever.
Yeah.
You have to. It's. So I'm probably cutting Pop Figures a bit of slack here, and I know there's some people. I mean, Poptimist isn't a fan. I know that, but
Again, I've never had a problem with them.
No, and neither have I. But the trouble, we're in a community now. Like there's some voices who, I've got a lot of time for Darren, but I do think that like people see what he's said. Like he makes a proclamation, and then it's like the rest of us are kind of supposed to treat it as gospel. Whereas I think in a lot of respects, when it comes to things like Pop Figures, we can make up our own minds. We've got to judge it on our experiences, not what Darren or someone might have heard about them being a bit shady. Maybe he's like heard something.
Anything like that, I think fine. You want to offer an opinion, as long as it's as long as you're not like just going to something that someone said, sort of third-hand details.
I completely, Darren said stuff about. I mean, Darren thinks DBT is shit, and I completely agree with him on that. It was Darren. Poptimist. I keep calling him Darren. I mean, Daz or Poptimist, really. Poptimist. There was all that business over that company with the stupid wooden crates last year. I mean, that was more funny than anything. And then when I ended up getting a warning email off Hull Pops saying, "Oh, take that video that I put up down because just because I was loosely affiliated with Hull Pops, like."
Yeah.
And that was it was so funny, all that stuff. It was I mean that was So but and he don't like pop. I know they do like sort of giveaways, and people think they're a bit kind of raffly, and I get that. But I've got to go by my own personal buying experiences, and if I've been prepared to pay the price for whatever I've bought, then who's messaging me at this time? Oh, it's Abby.
Oh.
yeah. Exactly, Abby. Yeah, I was sent me a message on WhatsApp, please. So totally lost my trail of thought. No, I know what I was saying. Yeah, pop figures or anywhere else for that matter. But I'm speaking about pop figures because I've spent more money there by far than any other Funko company this year. I mean, it stands to reason, really, given that like all the grails, all the high end stuff I've got has been from there. You know, with maybe one or two exceptions, but I like them. They still have a big presence despite everything. Their story's pretty big. DBT, yeah, but it's like I don't know. They just DBT are they're not worth.
They overcharge for starters. They're way more expensive than a lot of other places, and I mean, you sort of said about me getting them, and I haven't had one for a while now. The old double box toys mystery pop boxes, because they're to be honest, they're rip-offs. The chances of you getting a high end.
I'm going back really quickly. That's why I always take the piss a bit. And whenever someone's put a DBT video out, I always make a comment like, "Oh, 2019 called us," because for me, it's like.
Yeah.
All DBT were like a company people used and talked about and reviewed like 2 years ago. It's like, but like now they're like nothing really. You might see them occasionally on Instagram, and they've like Coonsy said, they've got a shop, they've got a physical store, but
did they get
even then? I mean, like it's not like we're all making a pilgrimage up to Liverpool or wherever it is to go there, are we?
Did they get taken over by somebody else?
DBT? I don't think so.
No, I just wondered because
Alan Coonsy seems to know quite a lot of the ins and outs. So if he knows anything different, then
the reason I ask is because I don't always know that Pop in a Box was part of the Hut group. It may have been, but I don't know if it always was.
Well, it has been for as long as I've been using them. Certainly,
it's certainly got taken over, but it's certainly got. I don't know. But the reason I was saying about it is because when I first started using them, when I first started collecting pops, I thought they were good. I thought they were good.
Frank, mine too. Yeah, I'll highlight that because I agree with it so much there. Pop figures, GSC, Hall Pops are my go-to sites. Yeah, I mean GSC. Yeah, there's a little bit of bias there for me because they've reached out to me personally for like giveaways, and then they've sent me an act of kindness. But even then, if I got a bad order from them, I would be honest about it. I'd say, look, this, like I'll give an example. Like a company I used, and I'd used them I think once or twice before, and they were great. And then the second or third time I used them, like they sent in really crappy packaging, and the pops came damaged. Was Zinger Entertainment, and I knew they had a good presence on social media, so it was a good thing in a way. So in the video, and I didn't make a big fuss about it on Instagram or anything. I just did the video in the hope that Zinger would see it, someone at Zinger would watch it. But I didn't call them out on Instagram, because you do see that quite a lot. Like, I'm calling this company out for being shit, and I don't tend to do that unless someone's really fucked up, like Pop in a Box have. Then I will call them out rather more publicly. But Zinger, they sent me those. It would have, the ones then when they sent replacements, ended up giving them away on Patreon. Ozzy Osbourne and Britney Spears.
Yeah,
and they resolved that, and I didn't even get into. I was just going to leave it. I didn't message them saying I've got these damaged pops.
Yeah.
They just watched my video and they reached out to me, but so that was them resolving in a good way.
Yeah.
But it, I was never going to be anything less than honest. I said in that video, I said, look, Zinger, look how damaged these have come. Because obviously I'd seen other Zinger unboxings, random. Kiri Beeley's done quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think Wayne and Tarty use them quite a lot as well.
Yeah.
And I've always got to be honest. And same with GSC. Everything I've ever had from GSC has been top notch. But I think it might have been Tell Talks possibly. I think it was when he did a GSC box battle with someone.
Yeah.
I think he did get some. I did think he did get something damaged from GSC because it was weird. They actually, I don't think I'm breaking any confidence with them here, but they actually reached out to me after Tell Talk's video and they said, "Oh, did you see that guy on YouTube who was slagging us off?" And I, no, who's that? Oh, we're not sure, which was a bit weird. We're not sure of his name. We just know it's someone who bought one of our mystery boxes and said everything came damaged. And I didn't sort of say, "Oh, that's awful," or I just said, "Oh, I'll look for it," and then I kind of left it at that. So I didn't want to make a judgment about either them or Tell Talks, or I didn't want to pick a side before I'd even seen the thing. But I think any company that sends something out that's a bit shabby, even if like you sort of well in with them, you like that. I think if they do something that's a little bit off, you need to address it. You don't have to call them out and be all kind of your shit, but just kind of if it's a company who you like dealing with normally. In my case, I love shopping at GSC. But if they sent me something that was a bit iffy, then I would say in the video, well, you know how much I love GSC, but let's be honest here, this could be better. So, and I think that's really what Tell Talks had done. He'd not said anything sort of horrible about him.
Yeah. I just seen
damaged, and it shouldn't have been. So I don't know what happened there. Though.
Just seen what Callum said. Yeah, no, I got that because Funko really had a go at them about that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. But yeah, they were claiming to. Didn't they even claim they'd be having their own double box toy stickered exclusive at one point? Did anything come of that?
I don't know. Perhaps it was something they were.
I think I'm going back nearly 2 years now.
Perhaps it was something that was in the pipeline, and then they had this falling out, and it didn't happen. I don't know.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's why they started saying official, right? Because they thought, oh well, if they're going to do us an exclusive, it must be official. And they probably jumped the gun on it.
Yeah.
Because that happens a lot. People say, "Oh yeah, we're going to get so and so and so and so," and it's like, well, where are they then? I've been waiting 6 months.
I remember it did said, "Oh, we're getting from Funko, like we're getting our very first DBT stickered exclusive." But it was like some, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z or My Hero Academia thing or whatever. Nothing that I would have ever wanted.
No.
And then after a while, I remember seeing it on like Facebook, and I wasn't using Instagram by then. I might have been. I'm not sure. There was like this sort of essay from the owner, like sort of saying, "No, basically we can't deal with Funko anymore, and we're not having this stickered exclusive, but we're gonna carry on."
Yeah. I was gonna say. Yeah, has anybody else thought that the pop of the box again, all these Marvel exclusives and all the rest of it? Are you a bit sort of sick and tired of it all? Because it always seems to be either Venom or bloody Deadpool. That's the only two they seem to get exclusive for. Now I know they had the Pinocchio for Disney, but that was about it.
Controversial, especially like knowing what a big fan of the franchise Coombsy is for starters. But I think there's too many Marvel pops generally.
Look,
all right. Like now, there's so many different Marvel properties. Then there's likely to be a lot. But like, and I said it to Wayne. Like I left a comment on his video a couple of days ago. Like because he got that Endgame 2-pack, the hologram and what's her face Stark, or was it hologram? Well, you know what I mean. Yeah. The little kid and Tony Stark. And I said, like, why, Funko's still like bringing out Endgame stuff like years, like, move on for God's sake.
Yeah,
like, there's so many other things you can be doing.
Well, this is what bugs me, right? They've gone away. All right, you do get the odd few.
But that is a PR exclusive, isn't it? That one I'm talking about.
But they've gone away from doing the comic book ones to concentrating more on the movie ones.
Yeah,
you know me,
that would, given how popular the movies and the TV series are.
Yeah,
really. I mean, I know with you being more of a traditionalist and a comic fan, you'd prefer to see for them to concentrate on the comic characters. I get that, and I do agree with you, but I can also see it from Funko's point of view. It's the movies and Disney Plus and everything that's earning all the money.
The other thing I wondered about was why. Marvel had a lot more movies coming out, but even with the standard figures, there seems to be a hell of a lot more Marvel than DC.
Yeah,
and DC have got some damn good characters that have never been released. And I don't know, right? They've never done. I like the Titans, as you know. I'm not talking about the kids' cartoon show. I'm talking about the original comic. They've only ever done Nightwing because of his association with Batman, and the original version of Cyborg because he's in Justice League. But there's all these other characters, and you've also got both the TV shows of that and the Doom Patrol. There's never been any Doom Patrol pops. There's never been any Titans TV show pops either. And I don't get it because, as I said, both of those shows are quite popular. I mean, they've had 3 seasons each.
Well,
so
I think, it might have been Craig Hurricane who possibly intimated at it, but I think the reason we're getting all these Marvels, I mean, like Marvel's a Disney property, Star Wars. I mean, what doesn't get licensed with the Star Wars logo on it now? Like everything.
Yeah, I know. It's
anything
ridiculous.
that's got a Star Wars logo slapped on it.
Yeah.
It's
like, it never used to be like that.
It's the Disneyfication, isn't it? I mean, like, DC, that's a Warner Media property, isn't it?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're a massive organization, obviously, but I don't think they're ever going to have that reach that Disney have.
No, maybe not.
So, and then if Disney / Marvel / Star Wars, the Disney company, if they're well in with Funko anyway, more than Warner Media are for it, then there might be some sort of favoritism going on there, really. But I know what you're saying, Jason. I do agree with that.
I mean, there's not iconic villains, right? And there's not a standard version of either of them. Is Lex Luthor? Everyone knows who Lex Luthor is. Yeah, the only one they've ever done of him is either out of Smallville or when he's in that weird armor that he had back in the 80s, right? Rather than him just being the businessman.
And they done who played him like recently? It was Jesse Eisenberg. And they done one like from any of the movies he's been in. I know briefly in Justice League.
They might have done.
Yeah,
but not any of the. Not even from the Christopher Reeves. They haven't done a Gene. What was it? Gene Hackman, Lex Luthor, from the Superman movies. Right? They've not even done that. And another one is who's a popular character? Again to do with Superman. General Zod. General Zod. They've not done a proper General Zod.
Oh.
I think they did do some movie ones of those 3 villains, but
yeah, Leroy, I agree. This time stop, and then Endgame. But I know it was a massive movie. I like it. Yeah,
no, there's not a Lewis Lane pop either.
Oh, in there?
No, I don't think so.
The comic book ones usually end up as PX exclusives, like the new Hawkeye.
Yeah, but I don't mind that as long as I can get them.
And then what I highlighted earlier, very much doubt they'll bring out more breaking. Now, don't you think it's annoying Leroy, that they only brought out one Better Call Saul pop. I mean, that's I've not seen that anywhere in like years. Like I think soon after I started collecting, that became bolted. That's Saul Goodman. But well, they could have brought out a couple more for Better Call Saul. I would have loved that. I love Better Call Saul. I mean, I've rewatched it. I mean, that was a while ago now. So
I know.
Yeah, obviously, I'm a big Breaking Bad fan, and Better Call Saul, I think's. Some people say it's better than Breaking Bad. I think it's almost as good, and I'm looking forward to the final season because I think that's gonna be epic, personally. But Coombs, you'd love Titans pops. The third season was amazing. There we go. Not seen it. The reason we don't see Batman in DC-owned properties on the CW is because Warner Brothers own the rights. Despite it all being DC, DC have a whole load of studios and companies. Yeah, I mean that's it. Yeah, when you're dealing with different rights holders, it does get complicated, doesn't it? And maybe DC or Warner's have made a rod for their own back a little bit, really. I'm dealing with so many different people, and then I mean, like fair play to Disney. I'll never be the biggest sort of Disney fanboy ever, but they've kind of, I think they've tried to sort of, unify as much of all the Marvel properties as they can.
The way licensing work is weird though, because we were saying about the Marvel Collector Core. That is not in order for us to get it, we have to order from another website that's imported them. We can't get them in this country ourselves direct from Amazon. Right, and again, that's a licensing issue. Funko have only got the license to release that box in the States. And it was the same when they had the Disney and the DC and the Star Wars one. You could never get them over here properly. You had to go and get them from a specialist.
Given the amount of Star Wars stuff that still gets covered, I'm surprised they stopped that Smuggler's Bounty. I am. Yeah,
there's a lot more they could have done. A lot more they could have done.
Because I mean, Collector Core's still going. I'm assuming so. I mean,
it is.
Coombsy all know certainly because
well, they got an Eternals box. They got an Eternals box coming out, so it must be.
That's the latest one, is it? The Eternals one.
I think so. Yeah.
It's because like Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars. There's like a load of new properties. There's like that Bad Batch. Is that an animation? Is it?
Yeah, the Bad Batch. They did do pops off.
Yeah, and they've there's some Boba Fett series coming out, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
Or is it Boba Fett? Sorry, it's been so
many years. I think I always used to say Boba Fett, but I think it's Boba.
But no, it's just weird that like all the Star Wars stuff that comes out all the time, like variants on characters who've been released a dozen times already, like. Yeah, and you think the Smuggler's Bounty boxes would still be pretty good sellers. So it puzzles me why the Collector Core has survived, but that one hasn't.
No.
I mean, if the DC one didn't sell very well, which you can kind of guess it might not have, then fair enough. But
the thing is, though, all three of the other ones, Disney, Star Wars and Marvel, obviously all owned by the same company, so you wouldn't think it would be an issue with licensing. Because, as I say, so they're all owned by the same one, and a lot of people got really annoyed about the Disney one because they were doing the Disney Treasure, and each pop sort of followed on from another one, and there was some I think there was some map thing. That was it, and so you collected bits, and they went with the map and all the rest of it, and then they suddenly stopped doing it, so you couldn't finish the set of what had been promised because they stopped it.
You could originally buy both Smuggler's Bounty and Collector Core. They were available before Amazon. There was rumors before the pandemic there was a replacement for the Star Wars Smugglers, but right.
Yeah, maybe they will do a new one.
Yeah, it's just know it. I go back to when I said like Disney seem able to slap a Star Wars logo on almost anything. Like you can license your arse out and
Jabba the Hutt condoms.
Yes, I know you'd love to have a posh wank in those, Jay. Yeah. Oh, forget the tea towel. No, oh dear.
Don't sell them on eBay.
Yeah. It's not the first thing I think of when I think of protective sex. Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's that sort of thing. Like,
it's for those people that like to. It's for those people that like to boast about their size, mate.
Yeah. The smugglers' bounty boxes were literally shredded and destroyed once they sold the stock they wanted. They ended it just before Mandalorian, which, yeah, exactly. I mean, Mandalorian, and I've not. I probably will watch it eventually, even though I'm not a Star Wars guy. I've watched the original trilogy, and I watched Force Awakens and thought it was all right, you know. But I probably will watch The Mandalorian eventually. But once I've managed to get everything else that I need to watch out of the way, which is going to take me bloody ages.
I've still got to finish watching the Clone Wars cartoon, and then Rebels, and then Bad Batch.
Oh, I'll tell you what I did watch. I watched it on. I split it over Sunday and Monday last week. That Harry's Game DVD.
Oh yeah, any good?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like typical. Oh, it was so. I mean, most of it was filmed in Ireland, which helped. But evocative 80s, like really foggy, grimy Northern Ireland.
I probably did watch it, but I don't remember.
The acting was good. Just the production. I mean, it looks. You put it on, and it does look of its age. It looks like something that's 40 years old.
Yeah.
Jumbo Jabba. Well, yeah, nice one, Justin. But yeah, I know it's not really of any interest to anyone. But yeah, because I did show it to you last in.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know, it's great, mate.
Yeah, it was 23 episodes and like about 55 minutes each. But yeah, I mean, I knew I'd probably think it was okay at least, but I actually ended up it was riveting. I'm so glad I got that, because it's sort of been threatening to watch for donkey's years.
Do you know what I nearly bought?
For like, you know, as like on a sale, 50% off or whatever. Yeah.
I think it was the same website. I can't remember now. But something I very, very nearly bought was The Best of the Tube.
I think that is on Network actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tempted me before that set.
Yeah, it's because you got people like Tony and Darby and all that on it.
Pull the trigger on it then, because I would have been quite interested to know what that's like, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I was sort of in two minds. I thought, is there enough on it that I'm going to enjoy?
I mean, yeah, that's probably similar to what I felt when I saw it listed, and I thought, well, I'll buy it, but some of these acts are not going to be over the top. But I think I'd probably enjoy. It's like when I watch the old Top of the Pops on BBC 4 every week. Guaranteed, I'm going to be sitting through some absolute shit that I hate. Like you want to do the reactions as well. Like, there's always something. It's like, oh, this is crap. But overall, it's just like a bit of it's sort of like a time capsule sort of. It's a bit of nostalgia, isn't it?
I'll tell you what,
how things were filmed and how presenters were different, and you know, it's just. It's good to look back, I think, in a lot of ways, even if the actual content itself isn't always great.
I'll tell you what I would buy if they released it as a box.
Baby Yoda Doms.
Baby Yoda Doms. Yeah, cheers, mate. No, I'll tell you what I would have got if they'd released it on DVD is Best of the White Room. Do you remember that? With Mark Radcliffe.
I do, yeah. I never really saw much of it, but I remember it being on.
That's how I got into Skunk and Nancy. But they had some brilliant stuff on there. A very rare live performance from Stevie Wonder.
Do you know what I'd like to see a best of compilation from that kind of era. Best of the Word. I think that'd be quite fun.
Yeah. I mean,
I know it wasn't explicitly just a music show. It had sort of all kinds of daft shit on it, but. Whereas the Tube is obviously like music, and White Room's obviously music, music centric. But best of, I mean, the word. I mean, it had like, I mean, just some of the music performances that they had on that have gone down in
Old,
like.
Was it L7? Wasn't it? Was one of the most
where
yeah.
one of the
She whipped her what's it off?
Got a rat out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oasis's very first television appearance, that was on the word.
Yeah. I mean, Terry Christian was
Nirvana's first British TV appearance with the word as well, weren't they?
Who was that?
Nirvana.
I believe it was.
That was the performance, and before they started Teen Spirit, it would have been.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain decided to announce what a great sexual conquest Courtney Love was, although he didn't put it quite so politely. It's a shame. Like, it's a shame you're watching that on telly, because I always want to like make a joke about it after he says that. Courtney Love's the best fuck in the world. I want to say that. Bloody hell, you could get lost down there.
I mean, Terry Christian annoyed the shit out of me, but
Mark on it as well.
Right.
Well, he's a mank, Terry Christian, isn't he?
The other one, which would have been great. I know you don't like the bloke himself, but I would have liked to see the best of TFI Fridays.
No, I'm not a massive Chris Evans fan. In small doses, I can tolerate it. I did. That was something. I think probably because it was like early evening, so I was always at a loose end, like after dinner sort of thing. But that is something that I did get to see. I didn't watch it sort of week in, week out, but that best of the. I'm disappointed. Well, though, to be fair, I mean, I looked at it myself and I thought, I might get this, but I changed. I obviously changed something else.
Can you put Bob's latest comment up on the screen, please?
Trouble is, I've like hidden it off from myself. We know what Leroy would love on DVD if they could, the best of Lionel Blair. Hey,
yeah, especially on Give Us a Clue.
Right, okay. Kenzie, have I watched Daredevil or Punisher? No. I've heard
good shows.
I think I've heard good things about Daredevil. I've probably heard good things about Punisher as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of those like sort of pre-Disney Plus Marvel series that have been recommended. Like, I think the one that I think I would probably get the most out of, I think, would be Agent Carter, if I had to guess. But
yes, quite possibly.
Yeah, because I like the Captain America and all the World War II era stuff.
I did kind of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I never saw the end of it. Right? And I was curious to see what they did with Ghost Rider. Because I do like the Ghost Rider. It's not the one on the motorcycle, it's the one in the car. But it would still have been good to see what they've done with it. Oh, that was the thing. There is one character in the Eternals I do know. I won't tell you his alias because it may be spoilers, but there's a character called Dana Whitman in it. And he's quite a big supporting character in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
So, it might be worth watching that just to see what happens with him.
For me, anything that comes out Marvel related at the cinema, I'm just going to wait for it to be on Disney.
Yeah.
In fact, Shang-Chi will be coming on pretty soon, won't it?
I would imagine so. You might quite like that. I did. I thought it was very good.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I think Tati liked it for one. One or two others on Instagram, I think, enjoyed it as well. But generally, with me being very, very on the casual end of things for Marvel, I'm happy to wait for stuff like I did for Black Widow, for instance. Yeah, Poptimist. I mentioned it last week. He didn't like Black Widow. He said it was boring or something. But I thought it was decent. And I thought it had some good humour in it as well.
I'm loving the comments tonight. The one that Justin put on, I wouldn't expect that from you, Justin.
Oh, let me scroll back and have a look. What have you said, Justin?
He was mentioning
made an appointment for the old seat sniffing. I can't fucking scroll back on it.
No. It's got about the whole Courtney Love thing.
What the hell was that dictionary come? Oh, Jesus. Oh, get off.
Do you want me to read it out to you?
On the telly. Somebody is only a great fuck if you can do anything you want, like dump on their chest while they're dressed like, oh, Jesus.
You guys are on fire tonight. You really are.
God. Oh, well, yeah, Justin, I think we've had an insight into your private life tonight. Fucking hell. Yeah, anyone got any brain bleach on him, mate? Leroy, he died today. Oh, Lionel. Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he? Or was that yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he was quite old. I think he was in his 90s. Leroy, no one gave a shit when Michael Jackson died.
I wouldn't say that. I think a lot of people did.
I mean, he was about to do a bloody UK residency, weren't he?
Yeah, so probably all those people gave a shit.
Yeah. Coomsey, they were part of the MCU, but then they weren't. But Daredevil and Punisher are the best. Right. Leroy seemed really about.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Sorry, I've all fingers and thumbs tonight. Yeah, everyone took the piss when Jackson died, so me saying that about Lionel is nothing gone. Well,
well, yeah, they did.
I don't think Leroy's like a massive Lionel Blair suit. Why we got up? I don't even understand the original. That went over my head tonight. I'm afraid the original Lionel Blair mention. I'm not sure why that. But I probably deserve it. All the things I say that go over people's heads.
Yeah.
I mean, poor Alice.
I didn't know the guy. I didn't know the guy.
What an eggy gusset is, and I haven't the heart to explain to her. It's a nickname for Jason. Let's leave it at that. Why eggy? Why gusset? What's gusset mean? Like, come on.
I take it she knows what an eggy gusset is.
Yeah, she just knows that it's something insulting because she knows that I insult you.
Yeah.
And then like her and me mum, and Emily as well. Like Emily's like, because like Emily with her having like autism and like special needs and stuff, like she's very literal. Oh, why are you speaking like that about your friend? It's like she don't get the like. She don't get banter really, Emily. Sadly, because I was trying to have a joke with her, and it's like a lot of the time it don't go over her head. It's just like she'll look at me like I've been deadly serious with her. I'm like, hello, like your little sister knows that were a joke. Go on. Charlie Cox and John Bernthal nail their roles. I'm trying to. No, those names don't really ring a bell. Just trying to think if I'd seen them in anything else. Truth be told, Lionel was a legend, just like Brucey.
He was.
You don't see much of Bruce Forsyth now. I hope he's enjoying his retirement. That's a joke I made at the dinner table with my mum and the kids because they're into bloody Strictly Come Dancing. Oh, that's all they talk about on Saturday when I go out for curries. Oh, we're looking forward to Strictly. Why don't you watch it, Dad? Oh, look, you know what? So I'm not interested in people dancing. That's why.
Yeah.
And it's Strictly every bloody Saturday. So a couple of weeks ago, I made the jokes like about them being presented by Tess Daly and Claudia Winkleman. I said, Bruce Forsyth. It's nice that he's got some quiet time now, isn't it? He was getting on a bit, and he probably didn't want to be doing Saturday night television for much longer. So he's having a nice retirement now. I've got like Emily and Alice looking at me. Oh, you do know he's dead, don't you? I'm like, I'm gonna have a joke.
If I didn't know you better, I would have said that myself.
That's it. You have to try and I try and do that. Like some jokes, I try and really sell. So that I end up looking a bit ignorant. Like I did it earlier with something, didn't I? And you knew I was joking, but I did it. It was in a message. It was deadpan, wasn't it? I think it was like calling it Halloween. Yeah, I said it was Halloween today. Yeah, just waiting for anyone to kind of take the bait. Yeah, I mean that was a bit crap, really. That just a little crap, but I thought the Brucey one, like he always he's having a nice retirement now. That John Berntal, Shane in Walking Dead. Leroy's a big fan of Walking Dead. 2 words, it's not a film. Second word, off.
Michael Aspel's turning in his grave.
Yeah.
Is he gone?
No.
There you go.
So I like to do that. That's like the sort of reverse of it. Like I'll often do that on Twitter. I'll like when someone says something a bit iffy, I'll like say so and so will be turning in his grave at that, and it'll be someone who I know is still alive, because I just want the response from some complete stranger. Oh, you idiot! He ain't dead. I'll admit it. I just like trolling people. I'm an arsehole. What can I say?
Fair enough.
Yeah. Gotta be honest.
The thing is, you can troll, right? See that kind of trolling, I don't mind,
it's
because
harmless,
you're not.
Really, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not insulting the person, or
no,
you just
just like the way my sense of humour kind of manifests.
Yeah.
Really, it's not. There's nothing. There's no sort of really. There's no animosity to anyone. Certainly.
Yeah. I can't remember what comedian it was. Someone was saying about like YouTube videos and Twitter or whatever, and how to wind people up on the internet. And they're saying all you do is, there'll be some picture of a cat yawning, right? And all you do is you type in fake, and people lose their minds. Right? It's like, how is it fake? You catch yawn. That's what they do.
Yeah,
I mean, it might have been Russell Howard.
Because you see that a lot on Twitter, certainly.
Yeah.
Like you'll see someone like make a post or like something happened to me today, and like if it gets a lot of traction, guaranteed there'll be some replies further on down in the thread saying, "Oh, that didn't happen. You're making that up."
Yeah.
You're just doing that so you can get you wrote that and to get retweets, so that never happened, kind of thing. Justin, I didn't used to have humour bone until you played a prank as a kid and thought it was the funniest shit. Pissed in a Mountain Dew bottle. After a kid to watch him spit. That's so cool.
This is a side of Justin we don't get to see. You think he's such a nice chap.
Jimmy Barnes has admitted he's a troll. The YouTube police will, well, what I've said about people tonight, I fully expect my Funko or small YouTuber community card to be repossessed, like over the weekend, probably. Yeah, but I just say what I feel now. I'm getting to the point now. I'm too old. I'm too broken down to really give a shit anymore. Really, I'm just gonna say what's on my mind. And if people disagree, then that's their tough shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've all got our own opinions. Some of us keep them to themselves, and but I think if it's my channel, my stream, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want. Really, within
certain parameters.
I'm never going to be just offensive for the sake of it, and that's what's the point, isn't
But then
do that, but...
I don't think I do that, do I? I mean, I just
well,
say
no,
what I say.
know. I think even over time, the Native American community will forgive you, Jason.
Well, at least I didn't say something derogatory about the colour of the skin or something, did I?
Even Wayne sometimes comes out with some dodgy stuff in like chat groups and things, but it's just Wayne D. You can take anything the wrong way if you choose to, but you've just got to. You just got to understand it's just Wayne Deacon. It's like there's no malice in it really. It's just him unloading. It's just him just sort of speaking before he thinks, which I know a lot of us can be guilty. I certainly am guilty of that all the time. I think you've got to. There is things that obviously are offensive, and it's easy to be offended by them because they are awful. But there's other things, and you've really got to try. You've got to make the choice in your head there and then. Am I going to choose to be offended by this or not? And if you choose not to be, I think you're generally a lot happier because it's just.
I don't know.
Let things fly and let things go.
I don't know when they changed it. It must have been a few years ago now, because I think South Park did a thing about it. Was the Washington football team, as it's now known, I believe. And they changed their name from the Redskins.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Well, I mean, Uncle Ben's is now Ben's Original, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah, they've changed it because like Uncle Ben and the the old black fella on the packs. Apparently, that's not very politically correct anymore. So I think Unilever, whoever the parent company is, it wasn't long ago, a few months ago. After Ben, next time you want to go,
I'll have to look at that next time I get some, because I like
it's
Ben's
Original, and it's not got the picture of the old fella on it anymore.
Oh,
and there again, it's like that seems a bit too far from it. I mean,
yeah, because if that's the guy that made it,
I don't know whether Uncle Ben was even a real guy or not real, or if he's a marketing gimmick, then fair enough. Yeah. See, not Lee. Sorry, Hurricane saw that.
But why was it a racial thing? Okay, it's some old black dude on a packet of rice. So what?
Just, I don't know. Maybe in some like parts of society, like maybe the term Uncle Ben is now used as like an all-encompassing description of like, oh, that old guy over there. Oh, that's an Uncle Ben. I don't know exactly the reason.
So what Leroy was saying, no. Right, so Uncle Ben wasn't the black guy.
It was a slave, was he? Oh, see,
that would make sense then. But I always thought Uncle Ben was the name of the black guy. Right, and I no problem with it. If he was, it's like Levi Roots having his reggae sauce sort of thing. You're not going to have, you're not going to ban that because he's the guy that invented it.
Well, yeah, I mean, he probably has had his photo on some of his products, actually, Levi Roots, because he's one of those guys who likes to be sort of in around the media.
Uncle Ben was a white guy. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Well,
that does make more sense then.
Well, I mean, if you think about how long Uncle Ben's has existed for, I mean, I think it says more about how people get offended in society. Yeah. I mean, Andrew's saying the world's gone PC. That's wrong. Look, political correctness it's such a hot potato. It's not a simple black and white issue for me. Some things I think it's right to be respectful and a little bit PC, just to be on the safe side, if nothing else. And then other things, things like bloody boiling the bag rice. I think maybe that is political correctness gone a little bit too far. But ultimately, like, what's it well, it matters. It might matter to Unilever. Maybe if their profits drop, they might think, oh, we maybe shouldn't have done that. I remember there was something with Gillette a few years ago, and they put out this commercial that was a lot of men hated, and like they were boycotting Gillette products because it was basically, I think it was like around the time of all that taking the knee stuff in America. I think
wasn't there a Gillette advert where there was a woman using a men's razor to shave her legs?
Probably.
I wonder if that's the one they're referring to.
No, this was one. It was a bit preachy. It was like, like your normal Gillette ad. It's like it's got some sort of like 80s wuss rock type tune going over it, and then it's like some handsome chiseled bloke in his bathroom, basically. Whereas this one, it was like a bit longer. It was like a voiceover saying, "Oh, men can do better. Men can be kinder to women. Men can do this." Basically, it was a bit of a lecture, and I remember Gillette got so much stick over it. And it was, I mean, this about 2 years, I mean, even more than that, might have been about 3 years ago, maybe. And it just, the amount of stick they got, I don't know if anyone remembers that.
Bob was asking about how do we make your cup of tea in a cup.
I know a lot of Americans who would use a microwave because they can't be bothered. Like they've not electric kettles aren't massively popular in America, so if they can't be bothered to boil a kettle on a stove, which can take a while.
Well, I was going to say put a pan on the hob.
Yeah, but it's not as quick as a kettle, is it? It's weird, isn't it? How you think you go to America and you just see like a kitchen that looks just like ours, but. Like every American kitchen's got like a proper coffee maker, whereas over here, I mean, I've got one because I actually appreciate good coffee and I like a percolator. But you know, most people's houses are going.
I don't have a coffee maker.
Exactly, they'll just drink instant if they drink it at all.
Yeah.
And even my mum, she's got a percolator, but she'll only use it on the weekends. It's like a weekend thing for her. Whereas me, I insist on using it 7 days a week.
I will admit. Because I used to have coffee when I was younger. The percolated stuff is a hell of a lot nicer than the standard coffee.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does.
It's less bitter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's not any more difficult to make than instant. No. I think if you got a good. You don't even need a good one. Like your basic one is good enough for the job. You need some filter papers.
Yeah.
Ground coffee, some water. You put your water in.
Yep.
You put your coffee grinds in the paper.
Yep.
To make sure you've got like the amount to your personal taste, whether you want it a bit strong or weak or whatever. You turn it on, you'll let it bubble and belch away. You go and have a shower and a shit and everything, and by the time you're done, your coffee's ready. You pour it out. Bob's your uncle. I don't see why that's any more difficult than making instant myself. But then again, I am a bit of a coffee snob, I'm afraid. I don't drink as much coffee as other people, but the coffee that I do drink, I insist that it's good quality and that it's made in my percolator.
The only time you said about microwaving a cup of tea, the only time I've ever seen that done is if it's gone cold, you want to reheat it up. And have it still.
I've never reheated a cup of tea in the microwave. There's something about it that just there's like a mental block. I've reheated a cup of coffee that I've left standing, and that's been all right. I think reheating coffee, especially if it's like a black coffee, like just one that like you maybe made and you've not done anything to, but you just left it for a while. I think that's fine, but
you only do it for it's only like 30 seconds.
I've been in kitchens in America with people like my in-laws really, and like their my ex-in-laws I should say, and their family, and like fancy a cup of tea, and then like you see them like putting some cold water from the tap into a mug and then stick it in the microwave, and a little Lipton's tea bags in it, and it's like. Oh, what are you doing? Why don't you put
I wouldn't have the tea bag still in it when you microwave it. Because I'd be worried.
No, they put the bag in afterwards. I'm just on about the microwaving water to get it hot enough for tea.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just microwave tea. Just sit. It's all kinds of wrong to me. I might actually make myself a cup of microwave tea one day just to see if it's as bad as what I think it'll be. If it's not, then I might think, I've been doing this all along.
The only thing I'm worried about is things like with anything like that. If you've got sugar in it, because you know what, you've seen all them things about hot chocolate doing that in a microwave, haven't you? Well, if you take it out and you've got when you open the door, first of all, you've got to leave it a few seconds.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it actually froth out of the cup. You end up scalding yourself.
Well, yeah.
So I wondered what would happen with any sugar content from a cup of tea or whatever.
Justin, I'm strange. I drink coffee. I do a lot because often like I'll pour myself a cup and then I'll be like engrossed in. I might be doing some editing on YouTube or I might be watching something. Or whatever, and then I might have taken a few sips at the start, and then I'll realise that because I've been so distracted by something, like it's been like half an hour later, I've got like the same coffee, and then it'll gone pretty cold. But chances are, unless I really want a hot cup of coffee again, I'll just drink it as it is anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what I did.
Watch the TV or carry on watching you two old farts moaning about whether you can reheat. Well, you know, I'll make that decision for you, Leroy, because I'm probably going to end this now, I think, because we've gone on for over 3 hours and we've covered a lot again.
Well, 8,
so
9,
you can
10,
get back to
4 hours, mate.
And
4 hours.
I've got some things that I want to do before I go to bed anyway. But yeah, thank you to the panelists. We had Random on tonight. Yeah, you weren't here when Bealey was in, were you, Leroy? No, we had Random joined us on the panel for a while. That was
just for a bit.
Treat.
Even UK Random 2 as well, wasn't he? So,
yeah. I hope he didn't swear too much, but
no, we didn't.
Andrew loves his cup of tea, can't drink coffee. Yeah, I like both. I drink more tea, but tea's more refreshing generally. So, you know, coffee's not a thirst quencher, really. You know, it's just it's a stimulant, really, for me. Coffee, yeah. No sex jokes, Jace. But yeah, well, thank you everyone who's contributed in the chat tonight. It was really some really good conversations again. Hopefully, we'll be doing this again next week, or maybe we'll get around to a game at some point. But otherwise, we'll just chat bollocks about microwaves and tea and Jabba the Hutt condoms.
It's funny. It is funny though, isn't it? Because we don't come on with any set thing we're going to talk about.
No,
and it just goes off on a random tangent.
Well, yeah. Well, at the start, I was worried because I said to you and Wayne, any sort of anything to tell us, and you two would look like you were struggling. Like, I've got some post coming. I'm like, well, all right. Anyway, on that bombshell, thank you everyone. Highlights of the night.
Very much.
Well, thank you very much. Cheers, Andrew. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Leroy. Hurricane, everyone else has been in the chat. I don't know if Scotty's still here. Probably
Abby,
his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Abby came in briefly as well. She sent me some messages. We'll see you again next week. Ta-da. Bye-bye.